values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Are you buying or selling a business or starting a business? Maybe you have legal problems with a business partner or employees, or are just drowning in new regulations. You need the support of a law firm that concentrates in a wide range of business law and tax matters. You need the corporate team at Kelleher and Buckley. Whether you're a local mom and pop shop, middle market business, or a large corporation or franchise, they provide cost-effective legal solutions to help your businesses thrive. The lawyers of Kelleher and Buckley focus on targeted legal advice tailored to meet the specific needs of your business. You deserve competent legal representation from a law firm maintaining a high level of knowledge about the ever-changing laws governing businesses. One that also includes accountants and tax specialists on board to provide your business bottom-line solutions. Kelleher and Buckley, LLC of North Barrington and Chicago is a legal solution provider that also includes estate planning, asset protection, life insurance planning, and litigation. Keep your business on track. Call 847-382-9130 or online at kelleherbuckley.com.
5:10. Let's get an update on the early morning roads. We do that in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte. Good morning, Jim.
Good Friday morning, Mike. Stevenson Expressway outbound at Pulaski. The on-ramp from Pulaski is blocked with a stalled vehicle. The outbound Ryan has delays from 87th to 95th. This is due to road construction. We have only one left lane open, the far left lane open in that area until 6 this morning. And there's 8094. We're seeing delays westbound, Torrance Avenue to the Bishop Ford Freeway. There's a crash. A couple of right lanes are blocked. It's been there for a little while. And there is also some debris in the road where 3 trucks are involved in that collision. Elsewhere, for now, the expressways and tollways are looking pretty good. Bulls traffic on the west side tonight. Traffic service of Chevrolet. It's the Chevy closeout. The 2017s are going fast. Find special closeout pricing on many of their most popular 2017 Chevy models. Visit your local Chevy dealer. Trade up to a new car, truck, or crossover today. Chevrolet, find new roads. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Jim, thank you. Chicago's Morning Answers starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. The latest with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Mostly cloudy today with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Little rain for the afternoon, high 46. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm at night, low 45. For tomorrow, wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour with periods of rain into the early afternoon, high 46. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
36 degrees at O'Hare, 37 along the lakefront and at Midway this morning. Your next news update is at 5:30. Continuous news coverage, 560theanswer.com. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is sponsored by Wine Time Radio. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. on AM 560. Explore the wonderful world of wine with hosts James Crooker and Rob Lehner.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. Your favorite Al Franken impersonation, Stuart Smalley.
Oh, that's a good one.
Paul Tsongas, or U.S. Senator Al Franken. 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro. Answer line, 646-360-A, turnkey.pro. Text line, taking your calls on your favorite Al Franken impersonation.
And, I mean, should he be expelled from the Senate? Mm-hmm. Should, a lot of people are wanting him to step down.
No one is more upset with Al Franken than Al Franken, calling for an ethics investigation into himself to find out, just what the heck is wrong with this guy, Al Franken.
What's wrong with me? See, I want, when he does his own Senate investigation on himself, I want him to put up the mirror and say, what happened to me? I'm good enough. I'm strong enough, and gosh darn it, people used to like me.
Yeah, Al Franken, again, as his wont, has been shooting all over himself.
Anyway, as you know, in 12-step programs, of which I belong to 5, we are not supposed to drag the program into controversial issues. So I said to myself, Stuart, you should steer clear of politics. You should just zip the lip. You should talk about something else. And then I realized that I was shooting all over myself, as we say in program.
And it continues. Of course, the picture of Al Franken, the now iconic picture
I mean, it's
Wow.
almost like the Lee Harvey Oswald taking the shot from Jack Ruby with the, crouching over, grabbing his abdomen. I mean, it's almost that iconic already, thanks to social media. The Al Franken,
Well,
ha-
her name
hands
is
at 10 and 2.
Yeah, and that just buried. I mean, that sealed the deal when that picture was released. It was released by the accuser, Leanne Tweeden. She's now I've heard everything, sports reporter, talk show host. She works for KABC Radio in Los Angeles, and she used to be a model, and she traveled with Al Franken to visit the USO. And in 2006,
Well, to do USO shows.
Yeah, to do USO shows, excuse me. And, she's a beautiful lady, mother. And they were rehearsing a skit that Al Franken wrote. And in the skit, it required him to kiss her. And they wanted to practice it. And he really wanted to kiss her. And she said, no, get your hands off me. But he didn't listen.
It happened so fast, and he just mashed his lips against my face, and he stuck his tongue in my mouth so fast. I almost punched him, because every time I see him now, like my hands clench into fists.
And so she at the time was so grossed out, but again, paralyzed with fear, didn't know what to do. And then later after the show, she fell asleep, and he took that picture of her trying to be funny. Dan, his first response was...
Well, he didn't take the picture.
It was somebody else.
The cameraman that was there took a picture, and it's incredible because then the picture was apparently distributed to everybody that was there.
Yeah, but his first response after getting busted yesterday was, I'm not kidding you, he said, well, I intended that to be funny. That was supposed to be funny. And then a half hour later, this whole new apology was written and tweeted out by him, saying that there's no excuse for my behavior. I don't know what was in my head. And he asked for her forgiveness. Now, she did forgive him, but only after making the rounds, and I mean, why do you think that he should lose his Senate seat over this? Or do you think this is just the way it is in Hollywood? I mean, he did work for SNL at the time in 2006.
The first thing I want to do is apologize to Leanne, to everyone else who was part of that tour, to everyone who worked for me, to everyone I represent, to everyone who counts on me to be an ally and a supporter and a champion of women. There's more I want to say, but the first and most important thing, and if that's the only thing you hear, that's fine, is I'm sorry. He doesn't want to be Santa Claus.
All the other candidates just want to be Santa Claus. I don't want to be Santa Claus. I know. Bill Clinton wants to be Santa Claus. I don't want to be Santa Claus. Santa Claus was not a leader, okay? Captain Kirk was a leader. I want to be Captain Kirk, okay?
He has a new name, according to her. His new name is Fish Lips.
All I can remember is that his lips were really wet and it was slimy. In my mind, I called him Fish Lips the rest of the trip.
Okay, Fish Lips. Fish Lips says he respects women. I don't respect men who don't. And the fact that my own actions have given people a good reason to doubt that, no, there's no doubt, makes me feel ashamed, said Franken in his statement. Yeah. And so,
somebody taking a real stand. I'm sorry, this is just really important news. Someone taking a stand is Congressman Brad Schneider. We've learned word that he's giving back $5,000 donation that Al Franken made to his campaign.
God.
I mean, really, way to be a man, Brad Schneider. You never hear from him.
Man and Brad Schneider are not words used in the same sentence very often.
I mean, come on.
I got to give,
Ridiculous.
I don't always appreciate the Trump tweets, but, sometimes he gets a good one off. And yesterday night.
Yeah, while people were sleeping last night, right?
His tweet, the Al Frankenstein picture is really bad, speaks 1,000 words. Where do his hands go in pictures 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 while she sleeps? Oh, I mean, that's good. That is good.
She did the big press conference in L.A., and then she was in Culver City at the CNN studios there and talking to Jake Tapper and was just a little exhausted from the day's events.
I don't want to be cliche, but,
Started crying.
you talk about trying to leave the world a better place for your kids, Sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about.
I'll take it easy, Jake.
I didn't think I was going to do that, but,
yeah.
you do. You want to leave, you try to set examples for your children, right? You want to leave the world a better place. You try to, you want to set examples, and you want the world to be better for your kids. You want to leave it better than what you had it. And it's like, you know, I've had so many of my girlfriends text me. I mean, my phone died twice already today because people have been texting and calling, and they're like, you know, stay strong because you're doing something that is going to make the world better for your daughter, you know? And maybe I am, you know. I didn't look at it that way, but maybe I am. And if I am, okay, I'll take it.
I mean, what happened to her? You know, I feel bad. It was awful. But does it rise to that level of tears? I mean, people were handing her Kleenex. You know, off camera, you can see him handing her while she was describing. Well, she has a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and, you know, and a husband, and she wants to leave the world a better place for her daughter.
Yeah, I got that.
I don't know why I'm not being sympathetic. I'm just...
Tweeden was referenced, by the way, by Al Franken on the Senate floor in 2010 when he talked about his work for the USO. He didn't mention all the details that she did at the time, though.
You know, people make mistakes. I mean, I'm not called.
That's not it. This is it.
During the show, I was kind of the co-host with a beautiful woman named Leanne Tweeden, and we do comedy routines, and we'd introduce the music, we'd introduce the cheerleaders. I'd go out and do a monologue. This is something I would do.
And then I would stick my tongue down her throat. That was the real payoff in our bits.
Tune in Tokyo. The picture of him.
Tune in
reading,
Tokyo, really?
reading.
How old are you?
Oh, that's what it looked like he was doing. It did. Mike Scott's laughing.
Yeah.
He thought that was funny.
Mazie Hirano. She's a senator from Hawaii.
Yeah. We can play all of these ladies from.
Don't worry about the fact that you don't know who she is. It's not really important. But she's, you know, kind of just representing the fungible Democrat response.
I'm glad that he apologized and acknowledged and called for an ethics committee investigation, and that is what should be happening. You know, there should be an institutional response to these kinds of allegations, that there should be that we can prevent and prosecute if necessary, take appropriate action. At the same time, with so many of these kinds of examples coming to the fore, I would hope that there will be a cultural change in how people, especially men, think about women not as toys or objects, and not someone that just because they are in a power position they can.
Investigation.
No, it's great. Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this. We have an admission of guilt.
Well, last time a senator was spelled, they said, was the 1860s, and I know you, Dan Prof, will know what senator it was.
Yeah, but there's one thing about this, though. There is a serious point about this, that what he did does constitute battery in, certainly does in Illinois. I don't know, every state, but an unwanted touching is a battery. So I probably the statute has run. I don't know what the law is and wherever this occurred.
Well, that's what Edward James almost did to me. He stuck. I mean, I didn't know he was going to kiss me. Kind of like fish lips. And all these years later, should I call a press conference and come forward with my story?
Yeah, right. Okay, take it easy, Edward James Olmos groupie. I think we all know how that went down.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Did I ever tell you my Joe Barrios story? Cook County Assessor.
I've got a Joe Barrios memory, a great story about Joe Barrios and Edgar Lopez, a former state senator.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I want to hear your Joe Barrios story.
All right, we'll talk about it after the break. Forecast for today, mostly cloudy. Little afternoon rain. That was the name of Dan's middle school band. It was sweet back then, Dan. What was it? You were a cover band for?
Eddie Rabbitt.
Yeah, sweet. A high of 46 degrees. Tonight, some thunderstorms. And then your weekend looks, okay, Saturday, windy. Periods of rain turning cooler in the afternoon. We'll hit the high early of 48. Then on Sunday, a high only in the mid-30s with some sunshine and patchy clouds. Let's get into our alarm detection systems traffic center. Here is Jim Talamonte, maybe Dominic Fertina.
I'm back. Nope. Good morning,
Hey,
Amy.
Jim.
Thank you. Happy Friday. Morning, Dan. Got delays on 8094 westbound, Burnham Avenue to past Torrance. Crash in the two right lanes. Trucks involved. There's debris on the roadway. Careful passing through there. Edens, Kennedy, Eisenhower, all good. Stevenson, there was a stall blocking the on-ramp from Pulaski. That's gone. And on Ryan, a little tight 18th to the Burns Circle. 17 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound 20, road work at the south end. And there's a crash mixing in at 87th in the left lane. Bishop Ford, you've got about a 3-minute delay, 103rd to the Ryan. It's always good. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements what we do on this show each morning. Long-form interviews with opinion leaders and policymakers, and against the current series this week, we got double-barreled action. Dinesh D'Souza and Colonel Oliver North. You want to check those out. 60 seconds of sanity commentaries from yours truly. 2-minute warnings from Pat Hughes, the Illinois Opportunity Project. Podcast of our Illinois Rising program covering state policy and politics. Our new series, Heart of the Matter, featuring professional women speaking collegially about the important issues of the day and their impacts on families and household budgets. And then our sister site, defendhomeowners.com, defendhomeowners.com, where you get a free property tax report to get a better understanding of how the highest property taxes in the nation are destroying your home's value. And also the opportunity to download a petition to help us get the requisite number of signatures to get an advisory question on the 2018 ballot that would suggest that we change our property tax system in Illinois to mirror Indiana's, greatly reducing your property taxes and returning your home equity to you. So you can get all the property tax info at defendhomeowners.com and everything else at upstream-ideas.com.
Depression. You need to make it go away. Cure or remission is here. The revolutionary treatment of TMS.
800-604-0208.
TMS therapy is drug-free and non-invasive. Here's how it works. There are areas of the brain that control mood. If you suffer from depression, research has found these areas to be underactive. TMS therapy uses safe, small magnetic fields, similar to those used in an MRI. They stimulate and activate these mood centers, causing long-term, medication-free relief. HBR centers in Chicagoland and Wisconsin offer TMS. End the frustration with life and relationships.
It's FDA cleared and it is covered by most insurance, including Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Medicare.
Dangerous drugs and other treatments just mask the depression. Cure or remission. Get a free consultation.
800-604-0208.
HBR Centers. Go to endmydepression.com.
If you have pain, listen up, Dennis Prager here. You don't need to live in pain. Let me repeat that. You don't have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, whether it's from an accident or pain that just develops. So Chicagoland, you're in luck. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the nation's most respected and successful pain doctors. He's been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Bottom line, he's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off pain medication and all of its side effects. How? By finding the source of your chronic pain and fixing it.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. Let's make you pain-free.
Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain, and you can be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info you need at mypainchicago.com.
Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, said, "The essence of investment management is the management of risk, not returns." Hi, this is Joe Lopresti, president of Arlington Capital Management. I'm here to explain how we help manage our clients' exposure to risk. We're the creators of our proprietary proactive asset allocation strategy, known as PAS. It is designed to analyze important market trends and alert us to potential changes in the market. But that's only part of what I believe makes Arlington Capital Management unique. It's the care and personalized service we provide our clients that really defines us. We understand how important your financial goals are to you and your family, and we never take that responsibility lightly. It all starts by understanding the things that are most important to you. It's part of the Arlington Capital Management difference. To experience it for yourself, schedule your complimentary consultation by calling 855-471-5796. That's 855-471-5796, or visit arlington-capital.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, got a couple calls on outgoing Senator Al Franken. Tony on the South Side, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Good morning, Amy. Listen, this Al Franken, he's a special kind of scumbag. First of all, I wanted to point out real quick, My understanding is this happened before he was a senator. So, and my understanding also is that in order to have a Senate investigation, it needs to happen when you're a senator. So,
No, I think he was a senator.
What was that? Was he a senator when this happened?
Hold on.
Because he's been reelected. This was 2010. He's talking about it in 2010, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
it
not-
happened
my understanding
in.
was it happened before that. Because if that's the case, and everybody in the Senate knows this, well,
It happened in 2006.
that's a clown car full of idiots up there on the hill if they don't know the rules.
Oh, you're right. So you're right.
happened
So,
in 2006.
and he got elected in 8.
Right.
Oh.
Right. So, yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So that this is a moot point. And your point about him being able to, or her being able to prosecute because that's assault, like in Illinois, I'm not sure if they were in a plane coming from Afghanistan. When I don't know where they were at, their international waters or what, but I don't know what standing that has or how she got any.
Yeah, no, U.S. law applies. U.S. law applies, so it absolutely is a battery. But thanks for the call, Tony. And
Okay, cool.
And thanks for the clarification on 2006 versus 2000. It happening before he was elected senator. Now, the one thing we'll get to after the news is there may be other women coming forward.
About Al Franken.
Yeah, so.
I don't want to know about other women.
So fish lips may have struck again previously or subsequently. But now we check the headlines with Mike Scott.
37 degrees, cloudy skies. The State Department out this morning with a warning for your holiday travel. Americans are being advised to use caution when visiting tourist attractions, festivals, and outdoor markets in Europe during the holiday season. The alert is noting the heightened risk of terror attacks throughout Europe, especially during the holiday season. The House of Representatives has voted to pass the GOP tax bill. Speaker Paul Ryan.
This country has not rewritten its tax code since 1986. The powers of the status quo in this town are so strong, yet 227 men and women of this Congress broke through that today.
The Senate Finance Committee approving its own version of a GOP tax reform bill that sets up a full Senate vote after Thanksgiving. But it wasn't before big debate between Utah Republican Orrin Hatch and Ohio Democrat Sherrod Brown.
I get kind of sick and tired of it. True, it's a nice political play.
Well, Mr.
But
Chairman,
it's not true.
With all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people
Regular order,
in the country
Mr. Chairman.
getting richer and
Regular
richer.
order.
It was a 14-12 vote that came down along party lines last night. Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore continues to deny sexual assault allegations against him.
We've got to stop judicial supremacy or we're losing our form of government.
Meantime, the White House says a Senate Ethics Committee should look into sexual assault allegations made against Democratic Senator Al Franken.
On Senator Franken, it appears that the Senate is looking into that, which they should, and we feel that's an appropriate action.
Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, radio news anchor Leanne Tweeden accused Franken of groping and kissing her without consent in 2006. Doctors in Colorado are sure that the 2015 death of an 11-month-old is the first case of marijuana overdose. The report published in the journal Clinical Practice says the boy's heart was fatally damaged when ingesting marijuana. Keystone Oil Pipeline shut down after a 200,000-gallon oil spill in South Dakota. One man is dead, 2 others hurt following a shooting and crash on the Dan Ryan overnight. State police say the man was driving near 51st Street when he was shot by someone in another vehicle. A Northern Illinois woman being held in lieu of $5 million bond in the death of her boyfriend's 2-year-old child in DeKalb. Chicago Urban League is releasing a new report indicating the opioid problem in the city of Chicago, especially among African Americans, is far worse than many believe. The study's co-author is Kathy Kane Willis. She contends last year the opioid death rate among African Americans in the city was 56% higher than for whites. Howard Buffett may rescue another part of the Illinois city of Decatur. Now, you may know Howard Buffett as the sheriff of the county that surrounds Decatur, but he's also related to that Buffett family, and the millionaire philanthropist turned sheriff is giving $1 million to the city of Decatur for a neighborhood revitalization grant. Chicago sports start with college hoops. Notre Dame over Chicago State, 105-66. Illinois State beats South Carolina. Loyola over Missouri, Kansas City, and a win for UIC over Delaware State. NFL, Steelers over the Titans in a Thursday night football victory. Jose Altuve is your American League MVP. Over in baseball's senior circuit, Miami Marlins slugger Giancarlo Stanton won the NL MVP award. The news, a service of Firestone Complete Auto Care. 4,000 ASE certified technicians at Firestone Complete Auto Care have the state-of-the-art tools to keep your car running newer longer. Get $100 off any purchase of $500 or more. Whatever you drive a Firestone. 5:35 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher isn't surprised by the media's behavior anymore.
And of course, the media corruption on this is unbelievable. If you're going to report breathlessly on the indictment of Paul Manafort and this guilty plea by Papadopoulos, how do you not include in your media coverage what we found out about the Clinton campaign and the DNC? But they don't even mention it in the media coverage right now. Shocking. The media is corrupt. I know that's news to you, huh?
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas Coffee, a family tradition since 1897.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Hey, Craig and Leslie here from In the Know. The end is near. No, not doom and gloom. The end of the year is almost here. What does that mean, Leslie?
New Year's resolutions? The desire to make changes?
Absolutely. So right now is the perfect time to plan ahead. Why wait? Make a resolution now to meet with our team at Wealth Management Group.
Make an appointment today at investwithwmg.com. That's investwithwmg.com. And listen to In the Know Sunday mornings at 10 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
5:37. How about a check of the roads now in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center? We'll get you the very latest. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The Edens is fine at this hour. The Kennedy looks good, too. Reversals open inbound. Eisenhower a little tight, 17th to Harlem. 31 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound fine at 29. Mount Stevenson, slow Harlem to Central. 37 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound fine at 34. Inbound Ryan, heavy 95th to 87. Then from the Stevenson to downtown Chicago, 20 minutes, 95th to the Circle. Outbound 22 with roadwork delays, 83rd to 95th. I-57, little congestion approaching the merge. Bishop Ford, 6 minutes worth of delays. Stony Island to the right. Tollways are good, 80-94 westbound. Stop and go Burnham to pass Torrance and crash in the two right lanes. Traffic is the service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Clouds today, breezy, a little afternoon rain, high of 46. Could be a thunderstorm overnight, low 45. Increasingly windy. Kevin Snyder's forecast has wind gusts of up to 35 miles an hour in it for tomorrow and a high of 48. 37 at O'Hare. Next news at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Lou Bridges Show. Get foreclosure defense solutions that may save your home. Saturday mornings at 8 on AM 560, The Answer.
Joe Walsh here. I get the Republicans need a victory, but when it comes to tax cuts and tax reform, I hope it's good policy. We'll talk about it when freedom returns at 5.
Dan and Amy, so just following up on the possibility that there may be others that come forward to document similar boorish behavior by outgoing Senator Al Franken. Leanne Tweeden, in her press conference, mentioned that she has been getting calls, and I'm not talking about just from friends.
You know, people make mistakes. I mean, I'm not calling for him to step down. You know, that's not my place to say that. You know, I mean, if there are other people that come out and say he's done this, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I'm the only one that's come out and said Senator Franken's done something to me, but if there are other women that have come out, I haven't returned a phone call. I've gotten a phone call from a woman that has, I've only gotten a message and that said that something similar has happened to her and I haven't returned it yet.
Oh, so we'll see.
Oh, please.
We'll see. Now, and there was another
parade of ladies coming forward. Ugh.
There was another story. This Melanie Morgan, who appeared on Bill Maher's Politically Incorrect with Franken, they apparently had some kind of heated exchange over a policy issue on the show, and according to Morgan, that's spilled over into Franken, essentially initiating a series of phone calls to her privately after the show. It wasn't of a sexual nature. They were just kind of continuing their policy argument, and she felt like
It's foreplay.
he was that he was harassing her. Now, so that's of a different kind. But what Leanne Tweeden's talking about, if there are other women that allege inappropriate nature of a inappropriate conduct of a sexual nature, we'll see.
Come on, he has. He used to make lewd jokes when he was a stand-up comedian. He condemned Harvey Weinstein just last month, saying that boorish behavior, it's bad, and congratulations to women who've shared their stories. It's just, he worked for Saturday Night Live, you guys. What do you think was happening over it? What do you think's happening over at Saturday Night Live? Do you think there's
I don't know
appropriate behavior going on?
A bunch of dorks.
Saturday Night Live.
A bunch of dorks are trying to write comedy skits.
Yeah,
that's what I think is happening at Saturday Night Live. What do you think? Do I think it's Caligula over there? No, I don't
Weinstein
think so.
donated
It's a bunch
to
of dudes.
Al Franken's campaign. They're all together.
Speaking of Saturday Night Live, he's also coming under criticism for this rape joke idea he had back when he was at SNL that he recounted in an article more than 20 years ago in New York Magazine. This is like a 60 Minutes send up where Franken suggests that Andy Rooney, he plays Andy Rooney giving pills to Leslie Stahl. Then when Leslie Stahl is passed out, I take her to the closet and rape her.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then, or when she passes out, I put her in various positions and take pictures of her. So apparently he was trying to reprise that sketch with Leanne Tweeden.
Well, or just kiss her, because that was part of the skit that they were performing.
Not when she was asleep. John in Portage Park.
Hi, this is for Amy. Dan, I'd like to know that I love your show, and I listen almost every morning.
Thank you.
Anyhow, Amy, I'd like to know that if Edward James Olmos was a senator, that if he would come out. I mean, you're just as beautiful as she is.
Oh boy, John.
Surreal.
Oh gosh,
John,
honestly.
I mean, really.
Thanks
Have
for
you
the
seen
call.
the picture that Dan tweeted of me lately? # ugly Amy. No, if he was Edward James Olmos was the senator, I wouldn't say anything. I mean, I put myself in that position. I went back to his hotel room, just like she performed in a skit that involved kissing, and she knew that was part of the script, and they were rehearsing the script.
You two were very much in love. It's totally different.
No, but I'm saying I had the shock factor, like, what in the world is going on here? I didn't think that I gave off that vibe, that I was easy or anything, or that I was kissable. And then I just pushed him away. I said,
and then
thank you.
why do I like this so much? I thought next.
No, then I pushed him away.
This is making me feel funny inside. What's happening?
I just went, whoa, I didn't see that coming. You know
and
what?
then you went back to your hotel room, and then you
No.
scrawled in your Trapper Keeper, Amy Jacobson Olmos.
I went home to my little studio apartment on
Cried
Mountain
and
Speedway
cried
in
and
Tucson.
cried.
I was shocked. And then the next morning at work, we had fun with it. Just like I went on a date with Kyle Farnsworth, the puka shell guy. With my Channel 5 friends and I, we had fun with it because he was so crazy and was just doing crazy things. Didn't do anything inappropriate to me, but it was fun.
You guys could go over to Sluggers and he can throw batting practice fastballs like he did when he played for the Cubs.
It's just, and then Joe Barrios. You want to hear about this one?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm on a date with somebody. This is after I got divorced. And he came up to me, and he had lost a ton of weight. He had lap band surgery. Joe Barrios did. And so I complimented him. I said, hey, that's a great accomplishment to lose 100 pounds.
It's a great accomplishment, yeah.
To pay for surgery to lose the weight for you because you can't control yourself. I said, how much did you lose? He said, yeah, about 100 pounds. And then he said something. He said, well, how are you doing? And I said, good. I said, you know what? You should date my mom because she's about the same age as him. And you know what he said? I don't want to date your mom. I want to date you. And I went, oh, yeah.
And then
no.
you two fell madly in love.
And now I got my property taxes reduced.
Exactly. It's well played.
I went, like, okay. And stepped away. Like, I'll be back. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Well, he heard about the Edward James Olmos that you like, relatively odd-looking Hispanic men with facial hair and unironic mustaches. And he thought, you know what, I
don't
got
want to
a shot
date
here.
your mom. I want to date you.
There was a great piece in the Sun-Times, I remember, Joe Barrios and Edgar Lopez, who was this Democrat state senator.
Uh-huh.
And I guess Edward Lopez's wife or girlfriend, I can't remember exactly, left him and then started dating Joe Barrios. This must be before you dated him. And
don't start that. I did not date Joe Barrios. Okay.
Well, then how'd you get your property taxes reduced? I think you did.
It's all about the property taxes.
And the Sun-Times story was this woman traded in one portly Latino politician for another. I just always love that phrasing. All right, awesome. We're kind of down the rabbit hole here. Let's come back. Right. Ed in Oak Brook, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, you know, and I'm listening to this banter, and I see the silliness of it all. And then I think it's insulting to any woman that had actually been sexually assaulted, like you read about, where they're beaten up and forced to do all kinds of sex acts, where you're listening to these stories, he kissed me. And it's become a big national disgrace to this country. So I think it's just insulting to women that have actually been sexually assaulted. And you can tell that you guys don't even take it serious by the banter that you're putting on for the last 40 minutes.
Well,
have a nice day.
Thanks for the call, Ed. I mean, hey, hold on a second.
No, I even said that. I said, I'm trying to empathize with her, feel bad for her, but I don't. She went with him to be, she's a performer. She's a model. She's an actress. They were acting out skits to make our troops laugh. And part of the skit was she had to kiss him. It's a skit that he wrote. And he wanted to practice the skit. And that's when he kissed her. And it was fishy lips. And she didn't like it. He stuck his tongue down her throat.
I don't understand why in these cases we forget the thrust of them. Some people forget the thrust of them to defend their position. That's one piece of it. The other piece of it is him groping her while she's asleep.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Well, that just shows, his juvenile behavior. And he thought it was funny. And guys, don't forget his first reaction was, quote, "Oh, I intended that to be funny." That's the first thing he tweeted out. And then his handlers got a hold of him and changed his tune.
I don't know why I did this. I know nothing about politics. They're going to cancel the show. I'm going to die homeless and penniless. I'm 20 pounds overweight. No one will ever love me.
No, the last part could be true.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Favorite Stuart Smalley is when he was with Michael Jordan. Remember in the mirror, and Michael Jordan was trying not to laugh. That was good skit. Yeah, that's all you got for me is
remembering Al Franken. Your calls this morning.
On a very special Dan and Amy. Today, cloudy, breezy, little afternoon rain, a high of 46. Tonight we could have a thunderstorm. And then your weekend looks okay. Saturday, increasingly windy, rain, turning colder in the afternoon. We'll hit a high early of 48 degrees, then it's going to fall. Saturday night into Sunday, 27 degrees, ouch. And on Sunday, we're only going to hit a high of 35 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Amy and Dan. Good morning. 8094 westbound. We're seeing delays from Calumet Avenue to past Torrance. Crash blocking 2 right lanes. There were some trucks involved. There's some debris there. Aiden's Kennedy, okay. Eisenhower inbound. Got a 2 or 3 minute delay, 17th to Harlem. Stevenson, 38 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound 22 with road work, 83rd to 95th. Got delays. Just one lane open there, but it should be clearing shortly. Inbound Bishop Ford, it's a 10-minute delay, Stony Island to the Ryan. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. Stay warm this winter. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for winter storms and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Risks and disclosures. Message and data rates may apply. This is not tax or legal advice. Please speak to your CPA and attorney before investing. Accredited investors only. Real estate has no guarantees for income or appreciation, and a complete loss of principal is possible. Securities offered through Wealthforge Securities, LLC, member FINRA SIPC.
Are you thinking of a 1031 exchange? Tired of managing your own rental property and dealing with tenants, toilets, and trash? Want to defer your taxes on the sale of appreciated real estate? Hi, I'm Dwight K., CEO of K Properties and Investments, and we specialize in 1031 exchange replacement properties, triple net, DST, and TIC. We help investors nationwide, and I want to help you too. In fact, I'll send you a free copy of my book on 1031 exchanges, how they work, things to look out for, and strategies others may not know. Plus, I'll send you a list of currently available 1031 properties also for free.
For your free 1031 exchange book and free property list, just text the word GUIDE to 543-543 now. It's a free book and a free list with no obligations to you. Again, text GUIDE to 543-543. GUIDE to 543-543.
This winter, treat yourself to sun, sand, and fun. With Apple Vacations' big winter sale, a tropical beach vacation is closer than you think. Experience Riviera Maya, Apple Vacationers' #1 vacation choice. It's all here in this 112-mile stretch of coastal paradise, calm waters, soft white sand beaches, and ancient Mayan ruins. 3 nights at Paradisus La Esmeralda Playa del Carmen start from only $849. Or make it 7 nights at Grand Sunset Princess All Suites Resort and Spa starting from just $1099. Both winter escapes include round-trip nonstop air, resort transfers, all meals, drinks, and taxes. Call Carry Travel Express at 847-639-3300 or visit carrytravelexpress.com. Riviera Maya, paradise is forever. Mexico, a world of its own. Prices per person based on double occupancy for select exclusive vacation flights from O'Hare to Cancun on Frontier starting January 15th and include taxes and fees, including September 11th security fee. Some flights are operated by other airlines. Baggage charges apply. See applevacations.com. Prices subject to availability and change. Restrictions apply.
Check out GalloLiquidators.com, DuPage County's online auction destination. GalloLiquidators.com. That's GALLO Liquidators.com. Gallo reprocesses store returns, closeouts, and shelf pulls, then lists them online starting at just $1. Auctions begin every Thursday, featuring a constantly changing variety of merchandise, tools, antiques, electronics, housewares, and much, much more. GalloLiquidators.com. It's an easy-to-use online platform featuring store returns from some of the nation's largest retailers at a fraction of the price to you, the customer. Pickup location is just blocks from downtown St. Charles. Families love coming in every weekend to pick up their auction winnings. Gallo also accepts all types of consignments. Nationwide shipping is now available. Don't miss out. Visit GalloLiquidators.com, DuPage County's online auction destination. That's GalloLiquidators.com. GALLO Liquidators.com.
Give joy, get joy this weekend at Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. Be ready for Thanksgiving and get an extra 20% off. With an extra 20% off, cook the ultimate feast with the Food Network Dutch Oven or Roaster for $31.99. Throw pillows for a festive home are $14.39. And plush Sonoma Goods for Life towels for all your guests are just $7.19. This weekend at Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. Give joy, get joy at Kohl's. Select styles, 20% offer valid November 17th to 19th with promo code FFamily20. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Blue Star Medicated Ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff.
smear a bit on, and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the blue star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
I hate cleaning my gutters. I kept hearing ads for that gutter guard system, so I thought, why not? I'll get an estimate. I was shocked. I never thought gutter guards could cost so much. Then I heard about Spring Rock gutter guards. The estimate is free, so it made sense to at least compare them. I was shocked again by how much money they saved me. I'm talking thousands, like enough to take my family to Disney World. They take a different approach to gutter protection. A completely closed design keeps all types of debris out of your gutters. Sure, those higher-priced systems may keep the leaves out, but Spring Rock gets the job done at up to half the price with no compromise on quality. Spring Rock also comes with the same lifetime warranty. If the gutter system ever clogs, they will clean it out for free, no questions asked. Same result for less money. That's smart. There's more than one option when it comes to gutter guards. Compare today and save at springrockgutters.com or call 708-571-0632. Special financing is available. Drain your gutters, not your wallet.
Confidence. Do you have it? Dr. Elizabeth Shake wants to help you find your confidence. Confidence is what you feel when you know your teeth are white, your gums healthy, and your breath fresh. And that confidence shows in your smile and the way you relate to your family, friends, and coworkers. That's why after a cleaning, a whitening treatment, or a dental procedure, Walden Square Dental Care wants to see you feeling happy and confident when you leave their office. Dr. Elizabeth and her team from Walden Square Dental Care will do whatever they can to make you feel comfortable. Your health and well-being is their priority. Plus, all your concerns will be addressed, from dental procedures to dental billing, and the result is your fresh, confident, beautiful smile.
Walden Square Dental Care, serving Grayslake, Gurnee, and Libertyville. Your complete family dental care practice. Visit waldensquaredental.com or for an appointment, call 847-223-0110. That's 847-223-0110.
5:57. Let's get an update on the roads, and we do that in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Right now we see a growing delay on 8094 westbound from Indianapolis Boulevard to past Torrance. But before the Mission 4, two right lanes are blocked. Crash involving several trucks. There is some debris on the roadway. Eastbound, it's okay. Edens is fine. Kennedy, little congestion inbound onto the River Road toll. Otherwise, still clear. Got Eisenhower delays start at Manheim. 34 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 29. Stevenson, 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound 18 with overnight work clearing. Bishop Ford inbound, a 9-minute delay from Stony Island feeder to the Ryan. Traffic service of Office Depot Office Max. You've been taking care of business all year, so let Office Depot Office Max take care of you. Treat yourself to great deals on tech and furniture, like maybe a new laptop or replace that squeaky chair. You deserve it. Office Depot Office Max, taking care of business. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
More Dan and Amy after Fox News. Chicago's Morning Answer continues also after your official Chicagoland weather forecast. The latest with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Today mostly cloudy and breezy. Little rain for the afternoon, high 46. Mild night with periods of rain and a thunderstorm, low 45. For tomorrow, increasingly windy with periods of rain, high 46. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
37 at O'Hare, the news, a service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes, manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard, post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. 5:59, here are the stories we're following on AM 560, The Answer this morning. One man is dead, 2 others hurt, following a shooting and crash on the Dan Ryan Expressway near 51st overnight. Chicago police investigating 2 more carjackings in the city, one where 3 suspects swiped a woman's vehicle at gunpoint last night near Howe and Armitage. Police say they're investigating the death of a missing Mokina woman as a homicide now after she was found fatally shot in the head. Authorities investigating after a 15-year-old girl was sexually assaulted earlier this month at a high school on Chicago's South Side. College hoops last night. Notre Dame routs Chicago State. Illinois State a win over South Carolina. Loyola beat Missouri, Kansas City. And UIC was a winner over Delaware State. In Chicago right now, 37 at O'Hare, 37 along the lakefront. More Dan and Amy after Fox. WIND Chicago News Time, 6.
Hours after the House passed tax reform, a Senate bill clears a hurdle. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but not without drama. Republican Senator Orrin Hatch angry. Democrats say he's just trying to help the rich.
Frankly, you ought to quit it.
Mr. Chairman, the public
wait a
believes
minute. I'm not through.
Arguing with Democrat Sherrod Brown.
I get kind of sick and tired of it. True, it's a nice political play.
Well, Mr.
But
Chairman,
it's not true.
with all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people Regular in the order, country Mr. Chairman. getting richer and richer.
In the end, the Finance Committee passed the Senate version, but like in the House, no Democrats supported it.
The Senate, where Republicans have just 2 votes to lose, could take up its own measure after Thanksgiving. But so far, at least 5 GOP senators are not yet on board. They cite concerns over business tax rates, repeal of the healthcare law's individual mandate, and what the bill could do to the deficit.
Fox's Jared Halpert at the Capitol. President Trump has just tweeted Democrats are obstructionists. Last night he posted about the sexual misconduct allegations against a Democratic senator, calling him Al Frankenstein. The president, who had his own sexual harassment allegations in the campaign, wrote the picture is really bad, speaks 1,000 words.
Los Angeles radio and TV personality Leanne Tweeden speaking out publicly, claiming Senator Franken forcibly kissed and groped her on 2 separate occasions while on a USO tour back in 2006. On the flight home, Franken posing with his hands, gesturing as if he were fondling Tweeden's breast while she slept.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Franken apologized, says he'll cooperate with the Senate ethics probe. In the Russia investigation, Special Counsel Mueller has subpoenaed the Trump campaign, seeking documents and emails from more than a dozen people. A huge fire broke out late last night at a senior living community in Pennsylvania. Firefighters
relocated residents to several shelters in the borough. Several residents were transported to local hospitals.
Dave March with Westchester Police. At least 20 people were injured. Some evacuees were rushed out in wheelchairs and rolling beds. Fox News, fair and balanced.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Lou Bridges Show, a show about the truth of the foreclosure crisis. Saturday mornings at 8 on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So much news in the Senate, very little of it having to do with tax reform. A lot of it, all of it having to do with accusations of corrupt conduct of a financial nature in the case of Bob Mendez, of a sexual nature in the case of Al Franken and Roy Moore, which is not in the Senate yet, but, close enough. By the way, just a point of order on Franken.
Yes.
So he admits the picture, it's difficult not to, and apologizes for. So he pleads guilty on that count, as it were, in the court of public opinion. He adds, though, well, I don't remember the rehearsal for the skit as Leanne does. This is the rehearsal where he allegedly stuck his tongue down her throat to her dismay and disgust. while I don't remember the rehearsal for the skit as Leanne does, I understand why we need to listen to and believe women's experiences. I'm asking that an ethics investigation be undertaken, and I will gladly cooperate. So Al Franken calling for an ethics investigation into Al Franken to find out what Al Franken did.
Don't you think that it just is a colossal waste of lawmakers' time and also tax dollars? I mean, seriously, who cares? And every single female Democrat came forward yesterday saying this is just horrendous.
Sexual harassment is inappropriate in every circumstance, in every way, whomever is involved.
Don't you know, Dan? It's wrong.
Who's that, Kamala Harris?
Yes. Do you want to hear from Jackie? Because she's making the rounds.
Not really. Ken in Franklin Park, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I just wanted to make the comment, first of all, Al Franken's a goon. How dare somebody that looks like that hit on, her. But also, and I could be wrong about this thing. I've been listening to you guys for a long time. But it kind of seems like you're straddling the fence on this one. And you know what? I have a daughter. And the conduct of somebody doing that is so abhorrent that, I would think that you would fully defend that. And I think that's why that creep called you up and just hit on you, Amy.
Well, I'll tell you, you know how you defend yourself? You take matters into your own hands and you kick them in the naughty bits. You don't go 11 years later come forward saying, oh, he kissed me and forced my his tongue down my throat. I just think it's a little self-serving on her part. Because there's real victims out there who really have suffered. And, she's, of course, she was motivated, Dan, by this discourse. Now it's a safe place in this country to come forward to tell your sexual assault or sexual harassment story, which I understand. But this one's just, I think the tears on CNN with Jake Tapper was just a little too much for me.
Okay. Well, Bob Menendez, let's mix it up and do a little, financial corruption, leveraging your elected office for personal financial gain. Those are the allegations against Bob Menendez and a Florida eye doctor who apparently plied him with rides on private jets and the usual largesse that can accrue to a corrupt member of Congress or any other elected body in exchange for using their power to advance the interest of an individual.
All right, so it was 18 counts of fraud and bribery, right?
So here's the thing. By the way, so there's a mistrial because the jury was hung. Boy, I guess that's an unfortunate way to describe the jury in these days.
Should we change
a mistrial? We'll go with
Let's
mistrial.
Let's just go with mistrial.
And so, McConnell has called for a Senate ethics investigation into Bob Menendez because, of course, the fact that he was not convicted does not necessarily mean that he couldn't be censured or worse by the Senate. But I don't think Bob Menendez understands what a mistrial is, because the way that he responded to the mistrial was to treat it like an acquittal. Listen to Bob Menendez at a presser after the mistrial was announced.
To those who left me, who abandoned me in my dark, to those who left me, who abandoned me in my darkest moment, I forgive you.
Oh my God.
To those who embraced me in my darkest moment, I love you. To those New Jerseyans who gave me the benefit of the doubt, I thank you. To those who have a doubt, I'm going to work harder than ever before so that there is no doubt. To those in the press who did their job and did it with professionalism, and even to some of you who are actually kind. Where's Dominic? I don't see him. Dominic? I believe you showed others what a professional press is all about and why that freedom is so important to our society. To those who were digging my political grave so that they could jump into my seat, I know who you are, and I won't forget you.
Wow.
Wow.
That's New Jersey style. The last one, huh? To those in the U.S. Attorney's Office, please don't retry me.
Well, according to CNN, they spoke with one of the jurors, and they said that it was 10-2. 10 wanted to acquit him, and 2 were like, no, let's press. So they, that's why they came up with a hung jury. They could not agree on whether or not to press charges. So 10-2. So he must have heard that information and took it. But they could still, prosecutors can still retry him.
Yes.
Hello,
of
Mr.
course,
Menendez.
This is what happened to Rod Blagojevich when his first trial ended in a mistrial. So that's just fascinating.
Wow.
It's fascinating.
I know who you. Hey, Dan, I know who you are. I'm coming to get you.
Yeah. No. So
Is that how they do it in Jersey?
Bob Menendez, may even if he escapes these charges, there may be other charges forthcoming in Bob Menendez's future. The way that he's talking about his retribution he plans to exact. All right. So there's your Franken. And there's your Menendez. And we haven't even gotten to Hollywood yet, updating Spacey and introducing you to an actor. You may have heard of him, Sylvester Stallone.
See, and once you read that article, you can't unread it. You can't. That's the Sylvester Stallone story is disgusting.
Yeah, he drew first blood.
But what about Roy Moore?
Roy Moore. We have to get to Roy Moore. Roy Moore at a rally yesterday. Campaign rally. By the way, Fox News poll out this morning has him down 8, consistent with the NRSC poll that had him down 10. I know so there are some people, if I don't like the result of a poll, then I just dismiss it and claim it's a conspiracy. But that stands to reason. By the way, the crosstabs, one of the crosstabs I saw on the Fox News poll, women under 45, 69-20 for Doug Jones, the Democrat. That strikes me as likely, and it strikes me that Roy Moore is likely not going to win this race. And the argument that he's lodging is the same argument that he's been making since these allegations surfaced. This is a political hit job, and he shouldn't step down. Somebody else should.
And the Washington Post is certainly not evidence. What I want to do in this campaign is very simple, is get back to the issues which some are avoiding addressing. That this is an effort by Mitch McConnell and his cronies to steal this election from the people of Alabama, and they will not stand for it. They overcame $30 million and voted me in the primary, and now they're trying a different tactic. Big magazine that you all recognize if I say the name. I don't want to say it. But they got a call and said, asked me to step down from the campaign. Well, I want to tell you who needs to step down. That's Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Well, they've hated each other since the beginning. I mean, Mitch McConnell backed Strange the whole time.
And so did Trump. On the one hand, Mitch McConnell is transactional. He will do what's politically expedient. He just cares about numbers. He doesn't care about policy. And on the other hand, he doesn't care about numbers such that he's willing to conspire with the Democrats to give the seat to a Democrat. I don't know about that argument.
He's not going anywhere. Alabama GOP is behind him, and his name is going to be on the ballot December 13th.
So
they said yesterday. Oh, and he did answer. Well, he didn't take any questions, but he came out again and said that all these women, it's a lie.
They're not only untrue, but they have no evidence to support them. This is an effort by Mitch McConnell.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. But, yeah, and then one supporter, Gabe Gutierrez from NBC News, was interviewing more supporters, because he wanted to know, what they thought. Are you going to be changing your mind? Are you on the fence now? And one guy got right in his face. This is a Roy Moore supporter.
This media and you people are sick, and you desperately need the Jesus that he knows, but you're a disgrace.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree with that. I just disagree that Roy Moore is the conduit to prosecute the case. So here's the thing. Speaking of evidence, the defenses for Roy Moore continue to be raised and deconstructed. First, there was the rumor that the waitress who was 16 years old at the time.
The one from Red Lobster.
No.
Oh, sorry, the one from the Old Hickory House, yes.
That she talked about she and her husband voted for Trump, and there was a rumor, she's not even registered to vote. In fact, she is registered to vote. Her status is inactive, but she's still registered to vote, can vote. It just means she hasn't updated her address. So that was one specious defense or effort to undermine Roy Moore's accusers that fell flat because people are just so knee-jerk. Some people are so knee-jerk because they have such antipathy for the media and mistrust of the media and for the GOP establishment, the establishment of both parties. I understand that. But they're not doing any due diligence before they, cast out a gotcha that think they have. Another one yesterday, on this show, and then we got some blowback after the show, like, "Oh, you didn't address this." Okay, I'll address it now. How about now? And the issue was the same. What's her name? Beverly Johnson.
Oh, Beverly Gray? No. Or Tina Johnson?
Tina Johnson, the 16-year-old waitress. She said, "I never saw Roy Moore." No,
Beverly Young Nelson. Sorry. Well, there's so many ladies.
Oh my gosh, the 16-year-old waitress at the restaurant.
Yes,
the
Beverly
yearbook,
Young Nelson.
that whole thing.
Yes.
Okay, Beverly Young Nelson. The argument that she offered that she never saw him again, never had any more contact with him after she quit her job at that restaurant, and then there was an argument made, a contention offered by the Roy Moore campaign by one of his attorneys, that Philip Jerugui or whatever his name is.
That's awesome. You nailed it.
That actually Roy Moore had presided over Miss Nelson's divorce.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that true or false?
That's false. And this is so sloppy on the point of for Roy Moore's legal representation and his campaign. How difficult it is to go dig up a court record that's a public record. It's not difficult. Somebody did it. And it turns out that no.
Oh, my gosh, they got that wrong.
Roy Moore wasn't the judge that presided over a divorce. A different district judge, W.D. Russell, on May 25th, 1999, was the presiding judge. And they've got a copy of the order with the judge's signature on it.
Because weren't they saying that she took his signature from that order and somebody forged it into her yearbook? That's what I had. So
now people are still clinging to the yearbook, and without having the yearbook examined forensically, I don't know, but I would encourage restraint when you rush to pick up a shard of alleged evidence and say this is exculpatory for Roy Moore, because there's been a few swings and misses, and I suspect there will be more. And the failure to address the quality of Roy Moore's responses to these allegations, other than to allege hit job and to try and misdirect people's ire in the direction of Mitch McConnell, as if Mitch McConnell has done any of this to Roy Moore, by the same people claiming, I need evidence, but conjuring up conspiracy theories involving Mitch McConnell and the Democrats and everybody else, setting all the D.C. press corps setting all this up to take down Roy Moore. Honestly, there's a lot of good people that are well-intended rallying to the defense of Roy Moore, but there's no discernible case, certainly nothing persuasive to offer at this juncture. So I would encourage those people who are quick to cast aspersions in the direction of this show and others who are trying to take a sober, dispassionate look at the quality of the arguments and facts presented to do the same.
Well, NBC yesterday got a sit-down exclusive interview with Tina Johnson. She was 28 years old at the time. She's the one who Roy Moore allegedly grabbed her buttocks when she was in his law office, and here she is.
I was in shock. And I was so humiliated and sickening. When I got up and went out, he grabbed my behind. He had power over me. He had me in a position where I couldn't do nothing. And I didn't want it. I was vulnerable. And he took advantage of that. And he knew it.
And that was back in 1992. Again, she was 28 years old and in his law office for a custody battle, signing custody of her son over to her mother. But that's not out. Remember, Becky Gray worked at the Sears. He came by a lot and would ask her out on dates. Now, he didn't touch her. They never even went on a date, but she's come forward.
It always seemed a little creepy to me because he was so much older, and why would someone that age be hanging out at the mall?
So she just, worked at the mall, and he came by a few times and asked her out on a date. Are these victims? No, they're just saying that he was older. I mean, again, it's nothing illegal. But Roy Moore's assertion that this is Mitch McConnell and a branch of the Republican Party that's trying to bring him down. I agree with you, Dan. That is way off base.
There are people that have rallied to the defense of Roy Moore, people that have known Roy Moore ostensibly for a long time in Alabama and have one experience with Roy Moore. And then there are people that are similarly situated who have had a very different experience with Roy Moore, have heard very different things about Roy Moore. And it's possible that both can be true. You know, just like his wife is relaying her experience in 30 years of marriage with Roy Moore. I'm okay. I'll take her at face value, and I'll take the people that know Roy Moore to be a good, upstanding Christian man because that's their experience with him. That's what they've seen. I'll take them at face value. But there is enough specific, enough incidents specifically recalled, independently corroborated, if you will, in terms of a pattern of conduct, that they should be taken seriously as well. It's possible for someone to be many things, good and bad. Dawn in Hartford, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Actually, it's Harvard. I am calling to stand up once more for the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law.
Why? There's not going to be a trial because the allegations. Dawn, Dawn, can I finish?
Settlement of New Jersey.
So I can't finish.
They gave us a signer of Declaration of Independence. No.
Yeah. So Dawn.
Abraham Clark.
Okay. Dawn.
I'm standing up for our charters of freedom and the long tradition that we have had in this country of the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah, Dawn, may I speak now? Because I understood your argument at the outset. The proven innocent and until he's proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt in a court of law. I'm sorry, is Roy Moore on trial for something? Is his freedom at stake?
I have suffered a rape, an attempted rape, and multiple home invasions. Okay, I'm a woman.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
I have experienced some very atrocious things, and I won't go into them in detail on the radio, but I can assure you that I have experienced far worse than any of these women.
I'm sorry that those things happened to you.
Okay,
that doesn't answer. Please answer my question. Is Roy Moore on?
I am answering your question. I don't know that you like the way that I'm answering it.
Well, get to the substance of my question.
Despite the fact that I have experienced far worse atrocities than any of the women coming forward in this matter, I am still standing up for the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law, because I support American men, I support American law enforcement, and I know that part of this movement, this sexual assault hysteria that is being drummed up in the country, it is just like with the Black Lives Matter movement and the immigrant rights movement, it's going to be turned against our law enforcement officers such that claims of harassment and battery and rape will be used to knock out law enforcement officers out of our police departments, out of our federal agencies, and replace them with agents of influence for political operations.
Okay, thanks
for the thing is happening.
Thanks for the call, Dawn. Thanks for the call, Dawn. And I'll take that response to my question about Roy Moore being on trial for a crime and his freedom being at risk to say, you understand he's not. And so the standard you're applying is the wrong standard. Thank you for the call.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper. Hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up, why Sarah Palin has never been sexually harassed or assaulted. One answer. But first, here's your forecast. Today, mostly cloudy, breezy. Little afternoon rain, a high of 46 degrees. Tonight, thunderstorms. And over the weekend, it's not too pretty. We're going to have increasing windy conditions on Saturday. Rain, a high of 48 degrees. And then on Sunday, it's going to be very cool, breezy, some sunshine, but a high only in the mid-30s. Any high travel times? Let's get the latest from our good buddy Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Well, yes, on Metro's Burlington Northern Santa Fe BNSF line, we've got delays right now due to some switch problems near Lyle. There's a train stopped in that area. Eden's pretty light, 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 20. Kennedy, 28 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 24. The Eisenhower's now 46 minutes from 390 to downtown, outbound 34. Stevenson, 43 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 35. Ryan, 24 minutes, 95th to the Loop. I-57 is fine. Bishop Ford, with a 5-minute delay, 103rd to the Merge. Eastbound Adams Tollway, tight from the Tri-State to the Kennedy. Westbound 8094 has big jam. Kennedy Avenue past Torrance. Truck crash, 2 right lanes remain blocked. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements what we do each morning on this show, long-form interviews in our Against the Current series this week, featuring both Dinesh D'Souza and Oliver North independently. You want to check those out. 60 Seconds of Sanity from yours truly. Heart of the Matter. It's our new series featuring women, professional women, speaking collegially about the important issues of the day and their impacts on families, as well as podcast for Illinois Rising program covering state policy and politics. 2-minute warnings from Pat Hughes at Illinois Opportunity Project. Follow the Logic Man on the Street segments. And our sister site, defendhomeowners.com. Defendhomeowners.com, where you get a free property tax report to detail just how devastating the highest property taxes in the nation are on your home value. And also the opportunity to download a petition to help us get the necessary signatures for an advisory question on the 2018 ballot that would change Illinois' property tax system to mirror Indiana's and reduce your property taxes and return your home equity in the process. All the property tax info at defendhomeowners.com. Everything else, upstream-ideas.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
By the time I reached 1 year period, I had lost 2 inches off my waist, and I lost 17 pounds.
I think they're part of the reason that I was able to shake 10 pounds, and I think because the support, nutritional support. My blood pressure is significantly so low now compared to what it was. I think I'm doing great with it.
You've got a good product. It's just amazing.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Order today.
Hey, you've heard how Automated Systems excels at assisting companies with systems integration and FDA compliance, but they're also a staffing leader. They supply handpicked elite leadership, subject matter experts, and proven technical professionals in engineering, quality control, and FDA compliance to support the life sciences field in executing mission-critical projects. ASI provides highly specialized pros to deliver projects on time and budget. Don't pay a lot more to a big consulting firm, and don't trust the big temp agencies to supply the talent you need. Call Laz, my friend Laz at Automated Systems, when failure isn't an option. ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life sciences companies, from big pharma to startups, and excel through a culture of excellence in execution. For a staffing, compliance, or automation evaluation, call Laz now at Automated Systems at 844-HIRE-ASI or visit AutomatedSYS.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or AutomatedSYS.com.
Here at HealthQuest, our high standard of healthcare doesn't come from a sickness care perspective, and neither should yours. And if you're not as healthy as you should be and you're sick and tired of those health challenges, please call us. As we say here at HealthQuest, don't just stand there, do something. Do something good for yourself. Just this one time. This is Dr. David Kobaba. If you're like me and my wonderful HealthQuest staff, well, we know how much you love helping others in this challenging world of ours. Now, if you could raise your level of health and wellness, well then you could be of greater service to those you know and love. What a great perspective, but you've got to put this intention into action. So just don't stand there. Do something. Call our HealthQuest radio hotline right now, 1-800-794-1855. Do it now for yourself and a better future with higher health. 1-800-794-1855.
MJ Miller and Company has an exciting announcement, one that will revolutionize the way you shop for diamonds. Imagine the most dazzling crystals chosen specifically for their brilliance. Now imagine a free app that allows you to capture and magnify a 360-degree image of each stone, allowing you to admire them in the comfort of your home before you purchase. Shopping for diamonds has never been more interactive. MJ Miller is one of only 2 jewelers in Illinois to carry GN diamonds. Visit them and learn about the GN difference. MJ Miller and Company is located at 123 West Main Street in downtown Barrington. They're open Monday through Friday until 6, Saturday until 5, and every Thursday evening until 8. MJ Miller is always buying unused metal. Bring in your broken or unwanted gold, silver, platinum, or diamonds. Take the cash, or better yet, put it towards the purchase of a GN diamond. 847-381-7900 or mjmillerjewelers.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
The Lyric Operas.
Nessun Dorma, there it is.
Turandot, yes. It'll transport you to ancient China at the Lyric Opera House, December 5th through January 27th. Sing it, Dan. Maybe it is.
Beautiful. None shall sleep.
When a powerful princess meets a fearless prince, 3 riddles could mean life or death. Experience Puccini's passionate Turandot in a grand-scale production never before seen in Chicago. For more details and to buy tickets, visit lyricopera.org. That's lyricopera.org. And be sure to be listening at 7:30 when we give away 2 tickets to Turandot.
Doesn't that give you chills?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm not. I'm in my happy place now.
I mean, as did your read, gave me chills.
Yes.
But also, I mean, I went Paul Potts when Paul Potts did this on Britain's Got Talent. Fantastic.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Peter Roscom will, who's an alto, I believe, will join us to go over the...
You sure he's not a tenor, too?
He might be a second soprano. I don't know.
Tax reform bill passed out of the House. Prospects for the Senate at 6:36.
Well, I just want to listen to this. But, of course, we want to listen to Mike Scott deliver the news from here at home and around the world.
Cannot sing like Pavarotti. 37 degrees outside this morning, and President Donald Trump has been busy tweeting about sexual assault allegations against Democratic Senator Al Franken. Radio news anchor Leanne Tweeden posting pictures of Franken back in 2006, pretending to grope her while she slept. President tweeting the Al Frankenstein picture is really bad and speaks 1,000 words, end quote. More women are coming forward with accusations against Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. One, a woman named Tina Johnson, who spoke with NBC News.
I was vulnerable, and he took advantage of that, and he knew it.
Another woman telling the AL.com website when she was 17, Moore came into a Red Lobster restaurant and asked her out. She declined. The Senate Judiciary Committee wants more information from White House senior advisor Jared Kushner as part of their Russian meddling probe. Senate Finance Committee is approving its own version of a Republican tax reform bill, setting up a vote by the full Senate just after Thanksgiving. Senator Orrin Hatch accused Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio of overplaying the Republicans are for the rich card last night.
I think you guys overplay that all the time, and it gets old. And frankly, you ought to quit it.
Mr. Chairman, the public believes it.
I'm not through.
Meantime, the House Thursday passed its own tax overhaul plan. 2 teens are dead, 1 wounded following a shooting during a home invasion on Chicago's west side. Police say 2 boys and a girl were shot last night inside a home in the 5600 block of West Washington after the gunman entered the building, demanded property, then opened fire. 7 Chicago police officers connected to a corrupt sergeant who shook down drug dealers have been placed on desk duty as their conduct is investigated. The action came hours after a Cook County judge threw out felony drug convictions of 15 black men who all say they were locked up for no other reason except they refused to pay the officer's leader, former Sergeant Ronald Watts. Chicago sports, college hoops last night. Notre Dame over Chicago State. The Cardinal of Illinois State beats South Carolina. A nice win for them. Loyola over Missouri, Kansas City. The Flames of UIC over Delaware State. NFL last night. Steelers beat Tennessee. Celtics over the Golden State Warriors. A pretty big NBA clash last night, 92-88. If you've been keeping track of the postseason baseball awards, Jose Altuve, the shortest ever American League MVP, while Miami Marlins slugger Giancarlo Stanton took home the National League Award. The news, a service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes, manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard, post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. 6:34, we'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager delivers the news you will not hear anywhere else.
The vast majority of Americans don't know the things that I report to you every day. They have no idea of what is happening to their society. They don't. 99% of the country doesn't know any of this stuff. That's quite the problem. That's why we have to make this stuff known.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Right now with Galaxy. Buy one cabinet, get one free. Visit us online at GalaxyHome.com to schedule your free in-home estimate. Save an additional $500 when you book right now.
Highland Park Ford Lincoln's in the house. Here's Alan Marty.
For 30 years, we've been making people happy with incredible deals and service.
We're the best Ford Lincoln dealers in town.
Because making people happy makes us happy.
No doubt. This is one happy place.
Heck, we just break into dance all the time.
We don't break into dance at the dealership.
Sure we do.
No, we really don't.
We could. Come on, Marty, dance with me.
The Highland Park Ford Lincoln Superstore. Call 1-800-984-9000 or go to alanmarty.com.
Admit it.
Okay, you're a lovely dancer.
Thank you. This is Alan Marty. Deal with us.
Two strong banking teams have united to help you continue to grow your business with the same dedication and even more opportunities. And we have a new name. The private bank is now CIBC. The same team you know and trust now brings deeper resources, global banking reach, and the power to help your business seize new opportunities. Our name may have changed, but our commitment to your business is now stronger than ever. Visit us at CIBC.com/US. Member FDIC.
6:36. This guy I know will probably back me up when he says Sam Raimi may be one of the better operatic voices we need to hear on our air. Soon. He is, by the way, Sam Raimi at Roosevelt University, College of Performing Arts there. And here's a guy that sings just like Sam Raimi. Jim Telemonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
In another place or another life, maybe
yes.
Mike thinks.
Yes.
But absolutely, when it comes to opera and voices, I'll defer to your expertise. Right now, we have traffic issues on the rails and the roads. On Metra's BNSF line, train stopped right now in the Lisle area. There are switch problems there, so this is backing things up. On the west side of Chicago, got a fire which has Hamlin closed between 18th and 19th. This is east of Pulaski. Eden's 21 minutes, Lake Cook to the junction, outbound 20. Kennedy, 28 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 24. The Eisenhower is now 51 minutes from 390 to downtown, outbound 34 minutes. Stevenson, 44 minutes, 355 to the drive, outbound 35. Ryan, 25 minutes, 95th to downtown. Tollways are relatively light. Westbound 8094 has a jam from Kennedy Avenue to past Torrance. Crash in the two right lanes. Traffic is a service of Firestone Complete Auto Care. The 4,000 ASE certified technicians at Firestone Complete Auto Care have the state-of-the-art tools to keep your car running newer, longer. Get $100 off any purchase of $500 or more, whatever you drive. Drive a Firestone. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Cloudy, breezy, a bit of afternoon rain will top out at 46. 37 right now. Next news at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Health Quest Radio with Dr. David Kolbaba. Health Quest Radio is heard Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock here on AM 560, The Answer.
You want more than just the headlines? Find out what's going on and what it means with me, Dennis Prager, this morning at 11, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, so celebratory atmosphere among House Republicans yesterday after they moved their tax reform bill out of the chamber. And Paul Ryan explaining what they accomplished.
Of course, I want to thank not just the members who made this possible today. I want to thank the president. I want to thank his administration. And I want to thank our partners in the Senate who are doing their work as well. From the very start, we said that failure is not an option, and the president and his team have worked so constructively every step of the way with us. He's been a tremendous partner on this issue, and you know, I've just got to say how proud I am of this conference. Tax reform is so very hard, but we know that there are people who are really struggling in this country. We know that we are just coming through a decade of real economic anxiety. And we know that this is a nation that has so much more potential that has not yet been tapped. That's what this day is about.
So, Paul Ryan, a hat tip to President Trump as a partner moving this along. But the problem is it's may run into significant interference when it's picked up by the Senate after Thanksgiving. Ron Johnson on CNBC explaining his opposition at present, the first Republican senator to voice opposition to what the House had planned to move and did move yesterday.
We need to make sure that every American company remains competitive, and we can't leave the pass-through businesses behind, which is why they came up with a 25% pass-through rate. The problem is neither the House nor the Senate version honored that 25% rate. It's far higher, and we are leaving those pass-through businesses behind. And those pass-through businesses really are the engine of economic growth, job creation, innovation in our economy. And so I'm just looking for a fair shake for all businesses to maintain the competitive balance and position of all businesses. Let's not upset that apple cart and harm our economy.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not opposed to what Ron Johnson's saying. I appreciate the perspective. I don't know if I would die on that hill if that's what it comes to, but that's where Ron Johnson's at, and he's hoping for a better outcome in that specific provision. And you did see a little bit of a willingness to fight the battle here between one of the old men of the Senate, Orrin Hatch, got into it.
During the Senate Finance Committee, he wasn't taking it from Senator Brown.
I get kind of sick and tired of it. True, it's a nice political play.
Well, Mr.
But
Chairman,
it's not true.
With all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people
Regular
in the
order,
country
Mr. Chairman.
getting richer and
Regular
richer
order.
and richer.
Order.
We do a tax
Regular order.
Well, they got a hurrah from that guy.
Regular order.
and over and over again. How many times do we do this before we learn this?
Is he hitting him with that?
Listen, I've honored you by allowing you to spout off here. And what you said was not right. That's all I'm saying. I come from the lower middle class originally. We didn't have anything. So don't spew that stuff on me. I get a little tired of that crap. And let me just say something. If we worked together, we could pull this country out of every mess it's in.
That was fun.
Wasn't it a great exchange?
I'd like to see that Dink, Sherrod Brown, and Orrin Hatch in the octagon.
Oh, yeah.
Wall Street Journal saying, two tax reforms can be better than one, that there's a lot more that is similar in what the House passed and what the Senate is proposing than is different. This shouldn't be an intractable impasse, is really what the Journal argues. Well, let's get a perspective of somebody that was intimately involved and has been intimately involved in this from beginning to present. He is Peter Roskam, of course, Congressman from Illinois 6th, then the Western Burbs, but also member of the House Ways and Means Committee. He's got a little FaceTime.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've been there on the dais with Paul Ryan and
congratulations,
Kevin Brady. It's a big shot. Peter Roskam, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on this morning. Thank
you. Big celebration in the House yesterday, but is it going to be short-lived based on some of the resistance we're hearing from a handful of Republicans in the Senate?
I don't think so. So, I mean, nobody was spiking the football yesterday, but it was this feeling of good progress. We got something out of the House that hasn't gotten out of the House in 30 years. So just to take a step back and reflect and say, okay, good first step. But to your point, there's several steps to do. Here's a couple things to keep an eye on. One is the parameters of the House bill and the parameters of the Senate bill are similar. In other words, they're tracking with one another. There's differences, obviously. There's similarities, obviously. But it's not as if there's an entirely different tax structure that the Senate is contemplating. And so what that tells you is that these are things that can and will be negotiated when the Senate, after the Senate does their bill. So what you'll notice is most House members are restraining from commenting on what the Senate is doing, and the thinking is let them do their bill and let them get them up and out of the Senate. They don't need a lot of critique from us right now. Similarly, most of them were pretty disciplined, and they were not commenting on what the House is doing. And so I think we learned a very hard lesson in healthcare on what not to do and how not to do it, and are determined not to repeat that mistake.
Well, why is this House bill still a hard sell for the middle class?
It's not. So here's the interesting thing, Amy. All during the debate, during the markup, the 4 days when the Ways and Means Committee was going through it line by line by line, the Democrats offered nothing other than amendments to maintain the status quo. So in other words, it was hyperbole and overcharacterization and hype and basically these bumper sticker arguments. But when you look at this and you look at these numbers underneath, they're desperately worried that this is actually going to come to pass, because the middle income tax relief here is incredibly significant. The guy who chairs he's in charge of the Joint Committee on Taxation, the executive director of it, issued a statement, and during the testimony said, look, 70% of the individual tax relief in this bill goes to households under $200,000. So this is one of these situations, the more people look at it, the better it looks. This is not one of these bills where people say, oh, this is actually worse than I thought. This is actually better than people think.
Ron Johnson wants a lower rate for pass-through, but it seems like the most pass-through businesses and pass-through income, it seems like the most significant difference, though, is the proposal to repeal the individual mandate, the Obamacare individual mandate. Either one of those items poison pills in terms of reconciling competing tax reform bills between the House and the Senate?
No, I don't think so. So, I mean, quickly on the pass-throughs, there's a difference between what are known as C corporations and S corporations. And C corporations have a double tax, because if you take your money out as dividends, you're paying taxes again. Right. So that's why the C corporation corporate rate is lower. The pass-through rate is at 25, which is a historic low, by the way. And the National Federation of Independent Business, the small businesses, are wholeheartedly behind this, and they're saying this is great for us because the first $75,000 that they earn, the first $75,000 is taxed at a single-digit rate, 9%. You haven't seen a 9% rate since World War II. So I think the C versus S issue is going to be all dealt with. Okay, so your question on the individual mandate goes to this. We've done the individual mandate. We've passed repeal of Obamacare out of the House. And so what we wanted to do is say, all right, we're going to put this together, and we're going to assume that the Senate can't do that. If, however, the Senate can do that, I think it's great stuff. And we would, I think, welcome that. I think that would be an easy thing to include in the House. But the Senate has been the obstacle in the past on things as it relates to Obamacare. And our view is demonstrate that you've got the capacity to do it, and then we would, in all likelihood, join with that.
Oh, well, just on the S-Corp issue, though, the rate for S-Corps, then is Ron Johnson being unreasonable when it comes to trying to drive a lower rate for S-Corps?
Well, so the discussion about what the House bill did was it moved the C-Corp rate and the S-Corp rate down by the same proportion. So remember, S-Corps are paying as individuals. So S-Corps are getting a tax break on the compensation side, because for the first time we split out compensation income within an S-Corp with business income within an S-Corp. So when the individual rates come down, S-Corps benefit. When the business income rate drops to 25% for the first time in who knows how long, that's a benefit. So I'm interested in right now the forum for his comments and his critique will be the Senate finance bill, and that has to be dealt with through the Senate process. We'll deal with any reasonable criticisms. But look, the entire spectrum of the conservative movement here is behind this bill, and which is very different than what you saw coming out with health care. So if there's something that we haven't seen that Senator Johnson is able to bring to our attention that we can improve, great. But a lot of folks have really wrestled greatly with this. And so I think the time is for him now to focus in with his Senate colleagues.
It's been a good month for you. You've got this moved along, and you got a new IRS commissioner. Congratulations.
Hey, I'm not tired of winning yet, just for the record.
Well,
winning.
Yeah, I'm glad. That's good to know. I don't think we are either. With respect to that commission, though, finally getting Koskinen out, long overdue. Is that a person that you're comfortable with? That we won't see the abuses that we saw under Koskinen?
You know, I think that I think in all likelihood, I don't know him. All I know is, you know, it's likely a significant improvement, and here. The best thing that we can do, that Congress can do in the short run, is make the tax code simpler and give the IRS less capacity to manipulate complexity against ordinary citizens.
One other issue, just a totally unrelated topic, but this is just concerning. The stories out in the wake of that Sutherland Springs massacre, the stories out about just how significant is the armed forces' failure to report dishonorable discharges resulting from convictions in military tribunals, court-martial proceedings. Mark Milley, the Army Chief of Staff, suggested that it's a significant problem that the failure rate in the Army could be in the neighborhood of 10 to 20% to report these convictions to the national databases, so that somebody like the shooter in Sutherland Springs can't walk in and obtain weapons, for example.
If that's true, that's a devastating fact, and it's got to be dealt with quickly. The underlying assumption of all of these systems is that people who are not entitled under the law to get firearms can't get them. And if there's a breach in something as straightforward as a reporting requirement, you'll see a lot of attention moving forward on that.
All right. He is Congressman Peter Roskam, Republican rep from the 6th, the Western Burbs. Peter, thanks as always for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
You too, and he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. Democratic Senator Al Franken on the hot seat. Airlines bumping fewer passengers, and we're awaiting online sales figures. Those stories next.
Are you being intimidated by the IRS? Rapid Resolution Tax Group is a team of tax attorneys, enrolled agents, and tax professionals who've helped thousands of people with problems just like yours, and they promise not to let the IRS intimidate you. If you are an individual or business who owes at least $10,000 to the IRS, you can turn to them for help. Has your bank account been levied? Do you have years of unfiled tax returns? Let Rapid Resolution Tax Group intervene for you. They're accredited with and A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they guarantee same-day contact with the IRS. If you qualify, Rapid Resolution Tax Group can work towards settling your tax debt for less, removing penalties and fees, and stopping levies and garnishments. Call the professionals at Rapid Resolution Tax Group at 800-601-2929. That's 800-601-2929.
Two-term Democratic U.S. Senator from Minnesota Al Franken, a member of the Senate's Energy and Judiciary Committees, is under fire from both political parties after a photo was revealed showing him groping the breasts of a USO tour member prior to his election. Top Democrats are asking for an ethics committee investigation into Franken's behavior. Economic reports we're following today include updates on housing starts and the latest figures on e-commerce sales. After taking heat for high-profile bumping incidents earlier this year, airlines are now bumping fewer passengers. The U.S. Transportation Department says between July and September, passengers were bumped at the lowest rate since record-keeping began in 1995. Please join us for Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. I'm Keith Peters for the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
As flu season approaches, you know how to protect yourself against colds and viruses, but do you know how to control and to protect your computer network? Ransomware, viruses, hacks, intrusions? Well, it could stop your company's computer network in an instant. Is your network safe and protected? Can your data be restored easily? If not, you need to make an appointment right now with Turnkey IT. Turnkey IT provides frontline security for your network and its data. So if there's an email attachment, open an error, or network intruder, Turnkey IT immediately knows and solves the situation. They'll arm your network with cutting-edge antivirus, disaster recovery, and proactive monitoring software systems to stop virus outbreaks before they have a chance to spread. Over the phone or in person, Turnkey IT is your network safeguard against this season's worst bugs. See what a dose of Turnkey proactive support can do for you. It's easy. Visit turnkey.pro. That's turnkey.pro.
One size fits all has no place in your bedroom. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of Helix Sleep, and we know one mattress can't work for everyone. That's why we created the only mattress built for you. Go to helixsleep.com, take our 2-minute sleep quiz, and we'll build your custom mattress and ship it to you for free. Try it for 100 nights, and if it's not the best sleep you've ever had, we'll pick it up and give you your money back. Go to helixsleep.com/talkradio right now, and we'll give you $50 towards your custom mattress. That's helixsleep.com/talkradio.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Chuck Spraveri, CEO of Spraveri's Custom Counters, a Chicagoland manufacturer of residential and commercial countertops. If there's a local commercial bank who knows how to get a deal done, it's Signature Bank. When my brother and I needed it, Signature Bank came through with a creative financing solution. That's because Signature Bank has experience working with companies like ours, a second-generation, family-owned and operated manufacturer. Our business matters to Signature Bank, and that comes through in every visit and every phone call with their team, right up to the bank's co-founders, Kevin, Mick, and Brian. Spraveri's is proud to bank with Signature Bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey guys, Ken here from the award-winning podcast Today's Growth. If you had to choose sides, which camp would you rather be in? Would you rather have time and no money, or money and no time? Did you know that 95% of U.S. adults by choice have settled into these categories? Much more interesting is that 1 out of 20 people have built their life around achieving simultaneous control of both time and money. What choices did these 5% make that the others didn't? My friends at Income Store have shown both households and businesses how to build second, third, and even fourth revenue streams for the express purpose of gaining control of time. When it comes to helping folks create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
Go to IncomeStore.com today. That's IncomeStore.com. So many tools all over the place and not enough cabinet space. This garage is a mess. Time to get organized with StoreLock, the best tool cabinet you'll ever buy. And it's 100% made in the USA in Kankakee with a 55-year guarantee from top to bottom. StoreLock is a modular, durable storage system with dividers, liners, and layouts, all made to order exactly how you want it. Each drawer holds up to 400 pounds and is powder-coated in-house with any color you want. And it's fully assembled when it ships. You'll get organized fast. StoreLock can handle any size room or facility. They can do systems for airline hangars to fire departments to modular workstations for your shop. Anywhere and everywhere you need quality storage that will last a lifetime at a factory direct price. It's time to get your home, garage, or business organized. Call the owner, Mike Ryan, personally at 1-800-786-7562. That's 1-800-STOR-LOC. Or go to StoreLock.com. Don't miss StoreLock at the Greater Peoria Farm Show at the Peoria Civic Center in Peoria, November 28th through the 30th.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I have a $1,200 knee brace because I have bone on bone in my left knee, and I have a torn cartilage in my right knee. And since I've been taking Balance of Nature, I don't wear my brace, and I can walk without pain. It's I had these copper things I used to put on my knees. I don't use those either. I don't use anything. I think it's just wonderful.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. Order today.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll talk to Brett Baer about the House Latino caucus being for Democrat Latinos only at 7:07.
But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan, 1 killed, 2 hurt in a shooting and a crash on the Dan Ryan Expressway, and a missing Mokina woman found murdered. WIND, Chicago News Times, 7 o'clock.
Subpoenas from the special counsel. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Robert Mueller wants more information from some inside the Trump campaign in his Russian interference probe. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, the special counsel had subpoenaed the campaign for documents from more than a dozen officials, according to the Wall Street Journal. Prosecutors are looking for emails and other documents with Russia-related keywords. The paper described it as Robert Mueller's first official order for the Trump campaign to produce information. At the same time, the Senate Judiciary Committee is pressing President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to produce additional documents, including emails and his security clearance form that originally omitted certain contacts with Russian officials. Dave?
Rachel, the tax reform bill is now in the Senate's court, and Democrats claim the poor will be hurt.
You're cutting $364 billion.
Senator,
from the
if you would just yield for a second, there are no cuts to Medicaid in this bill.
I beg your pardon, this is a CBO score.
Senator Claire McCaskill sparring with Republican Orrin Hatch before the Finance Committee approved the bill last night along party lines. It includes repealing the Obamacare insurance mandate that's not in the House-passed bill, but Congressman Steve Scalise tells Fox
it'd be well received. And look, we've passed repeal of the individual mandate in many different ways with full repeal.
Alabama's Republican Party standing by Roy Moore despite decades-old sexual misconduct allegations,
which I have emphatically denied time and time again.
A new Fox News poll has Moore trailing Democrat Doug Jones before next month's special Senate election by 8 points. A fire described as an inferno burned through a senior living community last night in Pennsylvania, injuring 20 people. Dozens of others were forced out into the cold night. Officials have put them in shelters.
And are working to connect the residents who are transported to the local hospitals or shelter for safety with their families.
Westchester Fire Chief Michael McDonald. A U.S. soldier has died at Fort Bragg days after Sergeant Robert Thornton Jr. from Georgia collapsed while running during physical training. The cause of death is not yet known. Fox News, fair and balanced.
37 degrees. Skies are cloudy. Winds from the south at 8 miles an hour. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. It's 7:02, and here are the stories we're following on AM 560, The Answer. One man is dead, 2 others hurt following a shooting and crash on the Dan Ryan. State police tell us the man was driving last night near 51st Street when he was shot by someone in another moving vehicle. The victim's car then crashed. 2 teens are dead, 1 wounded following a shooting. It occurred during a home invasion on Chicago's west side. Now, Chicago police tell us 2 boys and a girl were shot last night inside a home on West Washington. Gunmen entered the building, demanded property, then opened fire. A Northern Illinois woman being held in lieu of $5 million bond in the death of her boyfriend's 2-year-old child. DeKalb police say Kishwaukee Community Hospital staffers notified them that a child had sustained a major brain injury. The toddler was taken to Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago for further treatment. Authorities allege that on Friday of last week, Alexandra Hoyle of DeKalb, the girlfriend of the boy's father, slammed that child's head into a hardwood floor because he would not eat. Police say they're investigating the death of a missing Mokina woman as a homicide after she was found fatally shot in the head. Will County Sheriff's Office saying detectives Thursday located 24-year-old Caitlin Kern's body and her Jeep Grand Cherokee during an overnight search in Kankakee County. The brother of Caitlin Kern spoke out last night.
Tonight's not about what happened. Tonight's about the memory of my sister. It's about the memory of Katie Kearns.
She was reported missing Tuesday after being last seen Monday after a short time working at a bar in Joliet. Illinois Governor Bruce Rauner signs into law 2 measures that address sexual harassment in the Illinois state capitol. First adds a prohibition of sexual harassment to the Ethics Code. That law assigns investigations of complaints to the legislature's Inspector General. Chicago sports, college hoops last night. Notre Dame routed Chicago State Illinois State, the Redbirds beat South Carolina. Big win for them, 69-65. Loyola topped Missouri, Kansas City. Flames of UIC, a win over Delaware State. NFL last night. Thursday night football, Steelers over the Titans, 40-17. The news, a service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes, manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard, post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. 7:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity can't believe what's coming out of Hollywood.
Since Weinstein broke, look at what we have found out. Ben Affleck, 2 accusers. Oliver Stone has 1 accuser.
You've got Bob Weinstein, the brother, has an accuser.
Terry Richardson, multiple people. Kevin Spacey, multiple people. Gary Piven, multiple people.
Dustin Hoffman, multiple people.
How do we ever figure out the truth?
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
.06. Let's get an update on the roads. In the Alarm Detection System Traffic Center, the latest on your morning commute with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Howard-bound Red Line trains are stopped at Addison Station. There's a mechanical problem. Metro has some delays on the BNSF line after earlier switch problems near Lyle. Fire on the west side, which is Hamlin Block between 18th and 19th. Eden's 24 minutes Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 21. Kennedy, 42 minutes O'Hare to downtown. The Stoll at the Hubbard Tunnel blocking a center lane, outbound 34 minutes downtown to the airport. The Eisenhower, 49 minutes from 390 to downtown, 34 from Manheim, outbound 34 to 390. Stevenson now an hour and 4 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 44 minutes. The Ryan is 25 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57 is clear. Bishop Ford, though, heavy. Delays starting around the Stony Island Peter, 30 minutes, 80-94 to the Verge. Northbound Tri-State slow from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis and from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. Reagan Tollway heavy, 31 to before Farnsworth with a westbound crash. It's jammed Eola before Farnsworth. Crash blocking the 2 left lanes. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Snyder.
Mostly cloudy today with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Little rain for the afternoon, high 46. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm at night, low 45. For tomorrow, wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour with periods of rain into the early afternoon, high 46. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
37 at O'Hare. Next news at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Empowered Investing, the show dedicated to investors. Heard Saturdays at noon right here on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. I've got to amend the question I asked earlier.
Yes.
Your favorite Al Franken impersonation. I asked Stuart Smalley, Paul Tsongas, or Senator Al Franken. Let's just keep it in the Senate. Your favorite Al Franken impersonation, Senator Paul Tsongas, Senator Paul Simon, or Senator Al Franken. So let's give you a little taste. This from SNL. as Paul Tsongas at the Star Trek convention.
Now, when Jerry Brown talks about Star Trek, okay, what he forgets is that I wrote a book, okay? A book. And it's here. It's a book. It's here. It's the Insider's Guide to Star Trek, written by Paul Tsongas, okay? With an introduction by DeForest Kelley, okay? So, read the book, okay? And you decide, who is the candidate, who's one of you. I say it's me.
All the other candidates just want to be Santa Claus.
I don't want to be Santa Claus.
I know.
Bill Clinton wants to be Santa Claus. I don't want to be Santa Claus. Santa Claus was not a leader, okay? Captain Kirk was a leader. I want to be Captain Kirk, okay?
That's pretty good. Now, as Paul Simon during the Clarence Thomas hearings.
Judge Thomas, are you aware of that division of our government known as the Criminal Justice Department?
Of course I am, Senator.
Well, when you walk in the main entrance of the Criminal Justice Building, there's this receptionist with short brown hair.
The one at the third desk on the left?
No. The one at the big circular desk right there in the center there.
Oh, yes, Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy. Do you think she'd go out with me?
The bow tie. People think I'm boring because of the bow tie. Now Al Franken doing a Senator Al Franken impersonation.
During the show, I was kind of the co-host with a beautiful woman named Leanne Tweeden. And we do comedy routines, and we'd introduce the music, we'd introduce the cheerleaders. I'd go out and do a monologue. This is something I would do.
That's the one that's not funny, and it turns out is referencing some trouble that Al Franken is in right now for more of a discussion of all the mediocre intellects and squirming bags of appetites that are in the Senate or trying to get there. We're pleased to be joined by our friend Bret Baier, host of Special Report on Fox, 5 p.m. Chicago time, Monday to Friday. Also the author of the book on Ike, 3 Days in January. Bret, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning.
Morning. And so, I don't, you pick
What's going on?
Which senator or Senate candidate do you want to start with? Do you want to start with your Al Franken, your Bob Menendez, who apparently doesn't understand what a mistrial is, or obviously Roy Moore? Yeah, you pick.
Yeah, it's a dealer's choice today. It's I tell you, I think the Al Franken thing has shaken up Washington a bit because of, all of the speechifying that has happened in recent days, rightfully so, about this epidemic we're seeing of allegations, and I think that it's a serious issue, but one that I think Democrats are now looking internally. After this new allegation. By the way, I was on a USO tour the year before with Leanne Tweeden and Robin Williams, and then Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Dick Myers. So I did that whole thing in Iraq and Afghanistan, and so know it well. And I know Leanne Tweeden. And so when she came out with that pretty detailed description of what happened to her, I knew that was going to be pretty earth-shattering.
So were you in any skits? I mean, how does this work? So Leanne Tweeden, 1 year she's with Al Franken.
I was just covering it.
You were covering it.
I was the Pentagon correspondent at the time. So Chairman Myers, General Myers asked me to go with him, and I just went on the trip and reported from all the USO stops along the way.
Did anyone grope you?
There was no groping.
Oh, good. No. All right. Well, congratulations for surviving that.
So you believe Leanne? I mean, is she, from what you know of her, is she a decent human being?
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't come from a bad place at all. In fact, I think she accepted the apology and said that she just felt after Jackie Spears came out with, with what has happened in Congress, that this is the time to kind of come out with all these stories. And And I don't think we're done. I think this is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Capitol Hill.
Well, we're clearly not done, and we have to claw back because the story about the essentially slush fund to settle all these sexual harassment claims or other claims against members of Congress, $15 million worth of settlements, and also this process that you have to go through, unlike in the rest of life as a private citizen in this country, to lodge an allegation against a sitting member of Congress. Like, you have to go through months of mediation, and there's this kind of intermediary step before you can lodge a formal complaint. What the heck is that?
Yeah, it's a serious, serious issue. And, the flip side is that you have to have protections, and there can't be the frivolous stuff. But most times, if someone goes through the process, which is a painful process, that it's a legitimate claim, and the $15 million is really, really people scratching their heads about, and I think there's going to be hearings about it. The other thing that's interesting is the reanalysis of the Clinton years and the Clinton allegations, and the fact that Senator Kirsten Gillibrand from New York, a Democrat who just last year said how honored she was to have President Clinton campaign for her, and now says that he should have resigned because of all of the allegations and all of the things that surrounded him. I mean, the full circle that we're seeing here on this issue, people just have to step back and take a breath and say, this is extraordinary.
Yeah, but I'm mad that my tax dollars are going to protect members of Congress. I want to know who they are and what they did, because doling out $15 million between 1997 and 2016, and I didn't even know about this until recently.
None of us did.
Well, do you think there'll come a day where we can find out who did what to who?
Yeah. I mean, I think that that's going to be part of this whole investigation. Eventually, all of that has to come out, especially if taxpayer dollars are involved. I mean, they obviously tried to make it hush-hush, and they did for all these years.
Well,
I think that eventually we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Well, here's the thing, though, too. You mentioned Gillibrand, and then you've got all these pieces in Vox and at The Atlantic and Slate about Bill Clinton going back to that. Clinton should have resigned. It's the Clinton reckoning time. I mean, so now that he and his wife are political corpses, 20 years after the fact, all those people who defended him or defended the people who defended him or misdirected people's attention away from him, the Gloria Steinems who said, he was a lech but not a predator. They were passes, not sexual harassment or sexual assault. I believe Juanita Broderick from Michelle Goldberg and Slate. I mean, seriously, isn't this transparently the left sort of doing a very easy mea culpa now for the purposes of having standing to comment on what's happening in present?
Of course it is, and it's revisionist to the nth degree, because some of these praising comments were only 6 months ago.
Yeah,
so,
right. Right.
I mean, you got to call out the hypocrisy. I think we're dealing with what we're dealing with now, and obviously the Senate candidate Moore situation is a big story and should be, because he's facing election in coming days. But this revisionist stuff about Clinton is equally interesting and sometimes not getting as much play.
Well, Roy Moore is digging in his heels as more, accusers come forward. Can anybody reach him to say, hey, look, step down, do not run on December 13th?
I think he's getting a lot of pressure, but he is now firmly ensconced in the anti-Mitch McConnell, establishment run. And in Alabama, that plays pretty well, despite the 9 women who've come out with detailed stories. And it's going to be interesting. I think one of the reasons President Trump is not weighing in is not as much about the allegations against him. It could be, but I think it's that he doesn't want to lose twice in Alabama. He would back Luther Strange and lost. And if he says Roy Moore should get out, he doesn't, and then wins, that's going to look pretty bad too.
Although your network, Fox, has pulled out this morning with Roy Moore down 8. That's a pretty substantial move over the last week in a negative direction.
In red Alabama.
Yeah.
When a Democrat is up in Alabama, something is wrong.
Right. Now, what about a Democrat in New Jersey named Bob Menendez who had a mistrial? The mistrial was declared yesterday in his corruption trial. And he, basically took to the podium outside the courthouse and thanked the people who stood by him and
threatened the ones who didn't.
Yeah, put everybody who didn't or everybody that was digging his political grave on notice that vengeance is coming, and his name is Bob Menendez. Do you have any sense from the U.S. Attorney there whether or not they're going to retry him?
I don't yet. I don't. It's at end of. It'll be at the Justice Department, and only to say, and Judge Napolitano said this on my show yesterday, is that they've spent millions of dollars. They've gone to court 3 times to say that they're justified in this case. The government has, and it's hard to believe that they're going to just walk away. But you couldn't get that jury to the finish line, and you're going to have to invest a lot more money to do the trial. It's kind of an analysis at this point whether it's worth it. That said, he could face more serious things in the Senate ethics investigation,
right,
which Senator McConnell launched yesterday. Those things take some time. Some people say that the ethics committee is where allegations go to die, but eventually they do get adjudicated.
One other matter, this bubbled up to the surface yesterday. The Hispanic caucus in the House is apparently for Hispanic Democrats only. The effort by Republican Congressman Carlos Curbelo, who's Cuban, to join the House Hispanic caucus was rebuffed by, the Hispanic caucus, which is all Democrats, because they disagree on policy issues. Well, wait a second. I thought this was all about identity. I mean, I don't think there should be any of these caucuses, Black Caucus, Hispanic caucuses. You're just a member of Congress. But if you're going to have them, it says something. It's telling about identity politics, too. It's not really about just your identity in terms of your ethnicity or it's about your ethnicity, but only your ethnicity is only relevant if you're in agreement with the left when it comes to playing identity politics plus the progressive politics that follows it.
Right. Identity politics and ideology. And I think, that's pretty telling. I think that the Democratic Party is trying to find itself, and one of the ways that it often does is through identity politics, and this is just an example of that. Listen, immigration is a huge story, and I think that DACA is something we haven't talked about enough. It's going to come up in Congress, and what's tied to it, whether some kind of border security thing short of the wall, that is going to be a big story. We're focused on tax reform, but watch that one.
All right. He is Bret Baier, anchor Special Report, weekdays 5 p.m. Chicago time on Fox. Also, pick up the book 3 Days in January, Bret's book on Dwight D. Eisenhower. Bret, thanks for... I'm sorry.
The paperback comes out November 28th.
All right, November 28th. Perfect stocking stuffer. There you go. All right, very good. Thanks, Bret. Appreciate it.
We'll see you.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, if Dan will allow this to happen, I would love to tell you why. In her own words, Sarah Palin has never been sexually harassed or abused. It is fantastic.
Not even by Glenn Rice.
No. But first, here's your forecast. Sunshine, some high clouds right now. A little rain by this afternoon, a high of 46 degrees. Then tonight we're going to have a thunderstorm, and temperatures are going to fall throughout the day on Saturday as the wind increases, starting out at a high of 48, going to a low tomorrow night of just 27 degrees. And on Sunday, not much better, breezy, colder, sunshine, some patchy clouds, a high of just 35 degrees. Let's get into our alarm detection systems traffic center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Dan. Westbound Reagan Tollway, 88, it's jammed. Eola to before Farnsworth, crashed in the left lane. And eastbound, there's a Gapers delay of 31 to before Farnsworth. Westbound Tri-State heavy from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan Tollway to the Guy, but otherwise the tollways are wide. 80-94 westbound. Slow going Klein to past Torrance Avenue. Got a crash there, still blocking the right lane. Eden's 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 23. Kennedy, now 57 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 31. Eisenhower, 51 minutes. 390 to the Circle, outbound 37. Stevenson, an hour and 4 minutes. 355 to the Drive, outbound 45 minutes. And the Ryan is 25 minutes from 95th to downtown. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
With the holidays approaching, now's the perfect time to purchase 2 gifts and only pay for 1. Or give a gift and keep 1 for yourself. Yes, folks, the MyPillow buy 1, get 1 free offer is back. I urge you to go online or call now and take advantage. By using the promo code Amy, you'll get the absolute best deal available. I personally love my MyPillows. I get a great night's sleep by moving the fill to give me the support I need, regardless of my sleep position. And I never wake up with a stiff neck or headache. They're made in America. You can wash and dry them. They're hypoallergenic, plus have a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. And it's great to know you're supporting a company that helped thousands of hurricane victims. So get your buy 1, get 1 free MyPillows as gifts or for yourself by calling 800-489-0201. Use the promo code Amy or visit MyPillow.com. That's 800-489-0201, promo code Amy.
Hi, Barry Sterner, founder of your #1 home mortgage lender, Townstone Financial. I continue to get calls and emails from homeowners whose interest rates are above 4%. Please do yourself a favor. Take 1 minute. Dial 312-896-2111 or go to townstone.com and let us give you some no closing cost refinance options today. No closing costs means no hidden costs. I guarantee it, and I own the company. Remember, you don't have to restart your mortgage at 30 years or 15. We can customize the payback period. Also, if your home is worth less than what you owe, we still have the government HARP program, which will allow you to refinance and save money. And anyone who has an FHA mortgage or one with private mortgage insurance definitely needs to call me now so we can lower your monthly mortgage payments due to the recent increase in home values. The call is free and so is my time, so dial 312-896-2111. That's 312-896-2111 or go to townstone.com. That's TOWNSTONE.com. Townstone Financial is an Illinois mortgage licensee 6629 and MLS 136639, equal housing lender.
Despite President Trump's repeated requests, Senate Republicans failed again to repeal Obamacare. If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Obamacare, then you need a local expert on your side. That's right, your own health insurance mentor. C. Stephen Tucker, C.S. Tucker, from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 20-year licensed broker who's been educating AM 560 listeners on the Affordable Care Act for the past 6 years.
Thanks, Dan. ACA open enrollment is now only 45 days long. From November 1st to December 15th, you cannot be denied coverage based on a pre-existing condition. And depending on your income, you may find a more affordable plan. With narrow networks, even fewer choices, and higher deductibles, now more than ever, you need an expert to help you gain access to the best hospitals and specialists available. Call me. I can help.
Thanks, Steve. How can our listeners get in touch with you?
They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551. That's 630-674-1551.
Savings based on 2-year protection plan compared to T-Mobile premium device protection as of July 12, 2017. SquareTrade does not cover lost or stolen items. Terms and conditions apply.
Getting a new phone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So, protecting your phone is a smart idea. But phone insurance through your wireless carrier can cost as much as $15 every month. Switch to SquareTrade phone protection instead, for half the cost of insurance through your wireless carrier. And you could save $200 or more. It's like protecting 2 phones for the price of 1. SquareTrade covers accidents like drops and spills with easy same-day repair options. Part of the Allstate family, we're trusted by over 30 million customers with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. And switching to SquareTrade is easy. How else can you save $200 in 10 minutes? So don't wait. Switch today.
Switch to SquareTrade now and you can save over $200. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
So my girl Sarah Palin was at the Capitol. She was there yesterday meeting with Senator Ted Cruz and others. And one reporter from NBC caught up to her and just said, hey, have you ever been sexually assaulted, sexually harassed?
So when we see this happening today, I think it leads to a lot of questions about what standards are going to be applied to whom.
Have you ever experienced sexual harassment in the workplace as an ambitious woman in public life?
I think a whole lot of people know that I'm probably packing, so I don't think there's a whole lot of people who would necessarily mess with me. And I don't mean to be lighthearted about it because it's a serious issue. It really stinks for women in the workplace that for too long men have thought that they can get away with kind of being that old school thinking that it's okay to belittle and harass women in general. So though floodgates are really open right now, that could lead to a lot of false accusations that really harm an innocent person.
I remember she did support Roy Moore, but she does pack. And ladies, let that be a lesson to all of us that we should pack and we will not get sexually harassed or abused or assaulted because we're packing.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we should train Mama Grizzly sites on Sylvester Stallone. We'll talk about that at 7:37.
But first, ticket giveaway. The Lyric Opera's Turandot will transfer you to ancient China.
Pavarotti here. He'll be.
This is Puccinelli's Passionate Turandot. A scene from that.
This is for the real opera fans.
Oh, okay. For details and to buy tickets, visit lyricopera.org. By the way, the production of Turandot runs December 5th through January 27th. For more details and to buy your tickets, visit, again, lyricopera.org. But right now, we are giving a pair of tickets away to caller number... Go, Dan.
Caller number 7, and you have to identify who is singing here.
312-642-5600. Oh, so there's a caveat to winning the tickets. 312-642-5600. Caller number 7 wins a pair of tickets to the Lyric Opera's Turandot. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Onset.
If only the singer had been alive when Puccini composed Turandot. Coming up, we'll pick up the Hollywood beat on this topic with Sly and Spacey, 7:37.
But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
36 degrees. Skies are mostly cloudy this morning, and the State Department issuing a holiday travel alert for Europe. Americans being advised to use caution when visiting tourist attractions, festivals, outdoor markets, and other popular locations during the holiday season. The U.S. House of Representatives voted to pass the Republican tax bill. You've been talking about it with Dan and Amy this morning. House Speaker Paul Ryan on passing that bill.
This country has not rewritten its tax code since 1986. The powers of the status quo in this town are so strong, yet 227 men and women of this Congress broke through that today.
The Senate Finance Committee approving its own version of a Republican tax reform bill, setting up a full vote by the Senate after Thanksgiving, but not before this showdown between Utah Republican Orrin Hatch and Ohio Democrat Sherrod Brown.
I get kind of sick and tired of it. True, it's a nice political play.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
it's not true.
With all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people
Regular order,
in the country
Mr. Chairman.
getting richer and
Regular
richer.
order.
14-12 vote came down along party lines last night. The White House says Senate Ethics Committee members should look into the sexual assault allegations made against Democratic Senator Al Franken of Minnesota.
On Senator Franken, it appears that the Senate is looking into that, which they should, and we feel that's an appropriate action.
News anchor Leanne Tweeden accused Franken of groping and kissing her without consent on a USO tour in the Middle East in 2006. Doctors in Colorado claim the 2015 death of an 11-month-old is the first case of a marijuana overdose. The report published in the journal Clinical Practice in Emergency Medicine says the boy's heart was fatally damaged after ingesting marijuana. Here in Chicago, 2 teens are dead, 1 wounded following a shooting during a home invasion that Chicago police tell us happened last night in the 5600 block of West Washington. 7 Chicago police officers connected to a corrupt police sergeant who shook down drug dealers have been placed on desk duty as their conduct is investigated. And University of Illinois President Tim Killeen getting one heck of a holiday bonus. University trustees yesterday voted without any public discussion to give Killeen a $100,000 bonus. College hoops. Notre Dame routs Chicago State, Illinois State. Redbirds beating South Carolina in the Puerto Rico tip-off. Loyola over Missouri, Kansas City. UIC over Delaware State. Pittsburgh, an NFL win over the Titans 42-17. The news, a service of Indeed.com. Are you hiring? Join the over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes, manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site, Indeed.com. 7:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Ready for a bad cold and flu season? A cold is a cold, but flu brings fever. Be prepared with the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer, backed by medical professionals everywhere.
So many tools all over the place and not enough cabinet space. This garage is a mess. Time to get organized with StoreLock, the best tool cabinet you'll ever buy. And it's 100% made in the USA in Kankakee with a 55-year guarantee from top to bottom. StoreLock is a modular, durable storage system with dividers, liners, and layouts, all made to order exactly how you want it. Each drawer holds up to 400 pounds and is powder-coated in-house with any color you want. And it's fully assembled when it ships. You'll get organized fast. StoreLock can handle any size room or facility. They can do systems for airline hangars to fire departments to modular workstations for your shop. Anywhere and everywhere you need quality storage that will last a lifetime at a factory direct price. It's time to get your home, garage, or business organized. Call the owner, Mike Ryan, personally at 1-800-786-7562. That's 1-800-STOR-LOC. Or go to StoreLock.com. Don't miss StoreLock at the Greater Peoria Farm Show at the Peoria Civic Center in Peoria, November 28th through the 30th.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I have been on these supplements from Balance of Nature for a couple of years now. And prior to that, I used other supplements. They did nothing for me. This has been absolutely wonderful. I have never felt so good, and I have felt so much better health-wise. My cholesterol's down. All my numbers are down, and it's been great. So I highly recommend Balance of Nature.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Balance of Nature. Order today.
7:36. Let's get an update on the morning commute in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Reagan Tollway, eastbound 88, it's jammed. Randall to before Farnsworth, where westbound crash has cleared. The westbound delay is from Eola to before Farnsworth. It's now slow on the northbound tri-state from the Stevenson to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. The Adams Tollway's good. Northbound Veterans Memorial, slow 75th to the Reagan Tollway. Westbound 8094, it's still backed up. Clyde past Torrance, crash to the right lane. Eden's 21 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 23 to Kennedy. 57 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 31. The Eisenhower, 51 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 37. Stevenson, an hour and 9 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 47 minutes. Ryan, 25 minutes from 95th to downtown. Traffic is the service of Office Depot Office Max. You've been taking care of business all year, so let Office Depot Office Max take care of you. Treat yourself to great deals on tech and furniture, like maybe a new laptop, or replace that squeaky chair. You deserve it. Office Depot Office Max, taking care of business. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Cloudy, breezy, a bit of afternoon rain, and a high of 46. Right now, winds are from the south at 10, gusting to 15 miles an hour. It's 36 at O'Hare. Your next news update is at 8. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 on your mobile device. Now available on iHeartRadio. Online at iHeartRadio.com.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues right now. And make sure to join me, Sean Hannity, this afternoon starting at 2, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So Mary from Carpentersville won the tickets to see Turandot. Congratulations, Mary. So she must have known also that the great tenor that we were playing when you were doing the read was Adam Sandler as Opera Man from SNL. Bridget on Twitter, Bridget at Patriot Bridget also correctly identified the artist.
Well,
Adam
everybody
Sandler.
knows that that's Adam Sandler, right?
Well, I don't know. There are other guesses. Enrico Palazzo from Naked Gun. Okay.
And of course, you know that.
Yeah. Enrico
Yeah.
Palazzo. Sure.
All right.
Leslie Nielsen, rest in peace. And
I
also Estelle Getty, rest in peace. I shudder to think what Sylvester Stallone did to poor Estelle Getty on set. After reading this story.
Oh, I don't even think this story is so disgusting. I don't think we can even discuss it on the station.
Well, we're going to try. Sylvester Stallone and a now deceased bodyguard accused.
How convenient for him. He's dead.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
he doesn't think so. Are accused of sexual assault by a 16-year-old girl while he was filming Over the Top in Las Vegas. Boy, more than just a movie. So was his conduct, according to this 16-year-old who is unnamed.
And it happened in July of 1986.
He was 40, and
Married.
The teenager disclosed to Las Vegas police that she had been intimidated into having sex with Stallone and his bodyguard Mike DeLuca at the former Las Vegas Hilton Hotel. She became very uncomfortable. She reported to Vegas police with the encounter. She felt she had no choice, and that was, according to her, a threesome. I don't know how to describe
Well,
it.
the bodyguard, DeLuca, was in the bathroom when Stallone was having sex with her. Granted, 16 years old. He said some wildly inappropriate things about her, about her body and things. We can't even talk about it. It's disgusting.
Well, he didn't just say,
Well, he
according
did-
to the report.
No, I'm saying he made comments as well as having sex with her, and then his bodyguard came out of the bathroom, and then
Yeah, so I just
they
said.
had a threesome.
Yeah.
But it was
okay.
forced.
Well, that's what, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's statutory. I mean, it matters, but in terms of the law, she was 16, and he was 40, and the bodyguard was 27, or was, how old was he at the time?
He was 27 years
27
old
at the time, yeah.
Oh, he was shot and killed by California police during a traffic stop in 2013.
So Sylvester Stallone is now in scrutiny. By the way, the Daily Mail, which reported this story, attempted to get a response from Sylvester Stallone and has not. We'll see if, here we go again, this opens the floodgates with respect to Stallone.
They do have copies of the police report, though.
They do.
With a lot of information redacted, but you can see that she did indeed call. Well, her friend let an employee know what was happening, then they filed a police report.
Yeah, this also, we'll see, but that this police report was a year before Stallone's half-sister, Toni Ann Felitti, threatened him with a lawsuit, which was in 1987, alleging that Stallone had raped her and sexually assaulted her.
His stepsister?
Yeah, his half-sister.
Gross.
He denied and continues to deny and dispute all claims of wrongdoing in that civil case, but he did settle the case for $2 million as well as $16,000 a month for the rest of Felitti's life.
Huh. When pressed if the girl wanted to pursue charges against Stallone and DeLuca, did I mention that both were married at the time? The girl told police, "I'm humiliated and ashamed, but I don't want to prosecute. I'm kind of scared and I'm very ashamed. I don't want anybody else to have this happen to him, but I don't want to prosecute. I can't talk about this anymore. Please leave me alone."
So Stallone may be down for the count. Kevin Spacey, updating Kevin Spacey.
Oh, how's his rehab stint going? Did you send the fruit basket over yet?
Spacey was the artistic director at the Old Vic Theater from 2004 to 2015. The Old Vic has received allegations from 20 young men saying they were victims of inappropriate behavior by Spacey. 14 of the allegations were so serious that the theater advised the complainants to contact police.
Oh, my gosh.
Are we going to have some kind of internment camp for aging Hollywood predators? maybe kind of put them in a pen together. It's rather jarring, isn't it? If you think that's jarring, and you think Hollywood has been chastened by what's happened in their backyard, as it were, then you'd be wrong, of course. And Exhibit A, in my case, to support that contention, is this interview this week between Anna Wintour, Vogue, Devil Wears Prada inspired person, and the person who played her in that movie, Meryl Streep. Listen to this: the two of them talking about what a watershed moment this is, with all of these allegations against Weinstein and others in Hollywood. This cleansing that Hollywood is going through.
Do you feel that the recent events regarding predatory workplace behavior will advance the feminist agenda and opportunities for women, or set it back?
Oh, I think this moment is absolutely thrilling. This is a door that will not be closed. We've got our foot in there now. And it'll be very difficult for people to conduct their lives the way they have in the past. Oh, that's just locker room talk. Oh, that's just the way men are. No, it's not. We're civilized people, and we learn from our mistakes.
Do you think, with everything that's happened, do you feel the awards season will be very different this year? More political, more restrained, more serious?
Aware.
Yes.
I think it'll be more aware. I think it might lead to the moment where, at least in my business, where people walk into a room and they look around and they see 3 women and 9 men, and they think there's something wrong, that it's off.
So you're going to run for office? You should.
No,
you should.
You're mad. You should. You're a good boss. I'm a boss that's beat up.
Right.
At my house.
Right.
I'm the one who gets the last say in anything.
Do you think we'll see a female president in our lifetime, Meryl?
I think so. Yes, I do.
Good.
I thought we would have sooner, but I think we will.
Aren't these two dopes? Aren't these two dopes fun? By the way, Meryl Streep, please run for office. Please, no, do it. Do run for office. Remember, this is the woman who referred to Harvey Weinstein as God when she accepted her Best Actress award for playing Margaret Thatcher.
Right. Apparently, he never hit on her.
Yeah, but of course she also knew, like everybody knew, and now she's woke. And the great thing about that interview is these two erstwhile Willy Lomans sitting as self-styled, sitting around talking about how everything that we've talked about and everything that's been unearthed in Hollywood, and what we're talking about today with the allegations against Spacey and now Stallone. How do you think this will impact award seasons?
I don't like
award season.
Seriously?
I mean, could you
be more self-indulgent than that?
Totally. The navel gazing, the preternatural inability to stop navel gazing, but they actually believe that they're kind of representing every woman.
Yeah, they don't represent me. A little bit of breaking news this morning, Dan. Gene Simmons, from KISS.
I've heard of him.
He has been banned for life from Fox News. Apparently, he was on with Maria Bartiromo to promote his new book, On Power. And during his conversations, the KISS bassist was asked for his thoughts on Harvey Weinstein and the sexual harassment controversies that have rocked the country for the past few weeks. He gave his opinion, but then in between hits, he went into a staff meeting, unbuttoned his shirt, exposed his chest and stomach, and shouted, "Hey, chick, sue me." Then he went on to tell Michael Jackson pedophilia jokes. I mean, while mocking the intelligence of Fox employees, that's what they say now, he has been banned for life. First of all, I didn't even know that Gene Simmons was on Fox Business promoting his new book, but, that's the breaking news this morning. He's been banned.
Okay. Rob downtown, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, I noticed it on this clip, and Johnny Depp does it, but why do these dopey Hollywood types develop as they get older? These I'm better than you, European but not, British but not, accents, they're so much, uppity and bougie and better than you.
Yeah,
what was her accent was a bit British, wasn't it? Meryl Streep?
The affected Hollywood types. Oh God.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM 560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
And to answer to Rob's question, why do they do that? Because they're big phonies. That's why.
Forecast today, mostly cloudy, kind of gray day. Little afternoon rain to make it even worse. A high of 46 degrees. Tonight, a thunderstorm likely, and then your weekend, Saturday, increasingly windy. We're going to start out with a high of 48, and the temperature is going to fall throughout the day. And the evening, it's going to be 27 degrees, and on Sunday, breezy, colder, sunshine, patchy clouds, a high only in the mid-30s. Let's get into the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy and Daniel. Traffic's gloomy, too, even on a Friday. Reagan Tollway eastbound. Jam Orchard to before Farnsworth after a crash on the westbound side. Westbound still heavy starting at Eola. Northbound Veterans Memorial. Gummed up from Boughton most of the way up to St. Charles. Northbound Tri-State delays. The Stevenson to 31st. After the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. Southbound it's slow, farther north from 21 to 137. 8094 has westbound delays. Clyde to after Torrance, where a crash still blocks the right lane. Eden's 20 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 23. But the Kennedys, 59 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 31. The Ike, an hour and 2 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 43 minutes. Stevenson, an hour and 16 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 42 minutes. The Rhine is 29 minutes from 95th to the Loop. The Bishop Ford's a mess from 130th to the Verge, 42 minutes, 8094 to the Rhine, but I-57's light. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
My name is David Hochberg, Vice President Lending at Pearl Mortgage. If you're looking to secure financing on a new home or refinance your existing home, give me a call. According to creditcard.com, cardholders in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan are carrying over $33,000 of debt on their credit cards. The Federal Reserve recently increased the interest rates 1/4 point, which, according to credit enhancement expert Gary Novell, will increase the average credit card holder's interest payments $825 a year. The good news is home values have rebounded, so now is an excellent time to use your home's equity to eliminate your stress, pay off credit card debt, and lower your monthly payments. To see if you can use your home's equity to pay off your debt, give me a call now at 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. I've helped thousands of AM560 listeners, but I can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage, an equal housing lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage License T 4358, and MLS 19186.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity, sponsored by Upstream-Ideas.com. America's strength is that she's a free nation. Our weakness is we've stopped defending the foundations of our freedom. Non-behavioral characteristics like race and religion take precedence over shared beliefs as it relates to who is granted entrance to America, to the extent permission is required at all. This in spite of the fact that there is plenty of identity diversity that occurs naturally within a global population that shares a common commitment to peaceful pluralism. The temperature in K-12 is approaching Fahrenheit 451 as school districts move to ban literary masterworks like To Kill a Mockingbird because the language may offend. A recent survey of college undergrads finds 1 in 5 believes violence is acceptable to silence someone who makes a hurtful statement. Private property is seized by the state if you refuse to participate in events that violate your religious beliefs. You make too little, you make too much. You don't pay enough. You didn't build that. You need not apply. You must check your privilege. You must use these pronouns. You can't use those words. As Thomas Paine wrote, what we obtain too cheap, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only that gives everything its value. If we continue to acquiesce to those who would cheapen our freedoms, we will all pay dearly.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
We are so thrilled with this product. He was literally getting up, laying on the couch, and falling asleep. He's so alert. It's amazing. Totally amazing. This is a great product. His sodium levels have been low for, I would say, maybe close to 20 years. He's normal now. And this is the first time. And I can't even thank you enough.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Order today.
All that extra weight is messing with your health, your sleep, your social life, even your love life. Time to take control. I'm Dr. Frank Marticello, and that's exactly what I did. I always worked out, worked hard, and no matter what I did, I couldn't lose that weight. I then saw a picture of myself, and that's what did it. I had to search for a solution. I found the ideal method. I lost 80 pounds, opened Total Life Weight Loss, and that was 9 years ago, and I've kept it off. Listen to this.
I hated being on meds needed only because I was overweight. I was tired of being tired and wearing black all the time. So I turned to Total Life Weight Loss. It was truly a life changer. Total Life Weight Loss gave me support and strategies to get rid of the weight and maintain my new current weight. I love the way I look and feel.
This is a medically developed protocol that helps you lose weight fast, get healthy, and keep it off for life. Call Total Life Weight Loss now at 708-695-5999 to book your free metabolic assessment or attend one of our free educational workshops. Again, that's 708-695-5999.
Hey guys, Ken here from the award-winning podcast Today's Growth. If you had to choose sides, which camp would you rather be in? Would you rather have time and no money, or money and no time? Did you know that 95% of U.S. adults by choice have settled into these categories? Much more interesting is that 1 out of 20 people have built their life around achieving simultaneous control of both time and money. What choices did these 5% make that the others didn't? My friends at Income Store have shown both households and businesses how to build second, third, and even fourth revenue streams for the express purpose of gaining control of time. When it comes to helping folks create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
Go to IncomeStore.com today. That's IncomeStore.com.
Hey, you've heard how Automated Systems excels at assisting companies with systems integration and FDA compliance, but they're also a staffing leader. They supply handpicked elite leadership, subject matter experts, and proven technical professionals in engineering, quality control, and FDA compliance to support the life sciences field in executing mission-critical projects. ASI provides highly specialized pros to deliver projects on time and budget. Don't pay a lot more to a big consulting firm, and don't trust the big temp agencies to supply the talent you need. Call Laz, my friend Laz at Automated Systems, when failure isn't an option. ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life sciences companies, from big pharma to startups, and excel through a culture of excellence in execution. For a staffing, compliance, or automation evaluation, call Laz now at Automated Systems at 844-HIRE-ASI or visit AutomatedSYS.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or AutomatedSYS.com.
Are you buying or selling a business or starting a business? Maybe you have legal problems with a business partner or employees, or are just drowning in new regulations. You need the support of a law firm that concentrates in a wide range of business law and tax matters. You need the corporate team at Kelleher & Buckley. Whether you're a local mom and pop shop, middle market business, or a large corporation or franchise, they provide cost-effective legal solutions to help your businesses thrive. The lawyers of Kelleher & Buckley focus on targeted legal advice tailored to meet the specific needs of your business. You deserve competent legal representation from a law firm maintaining a high level of knowledge about the ever-changing laws governing businesses. One that also includes accountants and tax specialists on board to provide your business bottom-line solutions. Kelleher & Buckley, LLC of North Barrington and Chicago is a legal solution provider that also includes estate planning, asset protection, life insurance planning, and litigation. Keep your business on track. Call 847-382-9130 or online at KelleherBuckley.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Lick it up, right?
Yeah.
Lick it up.
Wonder if Paul Stanley will still be allowed to go on Fox Business. This is interesting. Colorado school board, electorate maybe has the right idea about their school board. An admitted murderer was elected to serve on the East Otero School Board in East Otero School District in Colorado. Thomas Sieba pleaded guilty to murdering a fellow Marine in the 1990s. A detective on the case said Sieba shot the victim 5 times. After getting out of jail and getting a job with the local wastewater department, he ran for school board. And he said, although it was obvious a set of horrific mistakes compounding on one another, which led me to serving time in prison, he nonetheless was eligible to run, and he was elected.
Did Santiago order the hit?
And he I think he's going to be appointed to be the board liaison with the teachers union.
How is that even possible?
You want to talk about leveling the playing field in contract negotiations? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why don't
you
we
want a piece of me?
Why don't you take this up? Why don't you take up your proposed step increases with Tom Sieba over there? I just warn you, got a bit of an itchy trigger finger. So you may want to take our last best final offer.
Did the voters know that he had this on his record?
I
mean, this isn't like armed robbery or petty theft.
His past was
misdemeanors.
was well known during the school board race, according to the local CBS affiliate. So, maybe that's what we need to do: let all the violent criminals out of prison and put them into public office. How much worse could it be in Illinois?
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
I have a question for Amy Jacobson about sexual harassment, sexual assault, in the wake of all of these cases across media and politics and Hollywood at 8:08.
And later at 8:38, you don't want to miss it. The producers of the new movie Wonder will be here. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here's Mike Scott.
Here are the stories we're watching at this hour. 2 more carjackings in the city of Chicago. A missing Mokina woman found murdered in Kankakee County. University of Illinois gives quite a present to their president. Bulls host the Hornets tonight. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
Senators are telling President Trump's son-in-law to be more forthcoming. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. And the special counsel probing Russian interference wants more Trump campaign documents. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and Ranking Member Dianne Feinstein sent a letter to the lawyer for White House advisor Jared Kushner, claiming that Kushner failed to disclose several documents about his alleged contacts with WikiLeaks in response to multiple inquiries from committee investigators. Meanwhile, special counsel Robert Mueller reportedly issued subpoenas to more than a dozen White House and former Trump campaign officials last month. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Mueller's move came despite the campaign's voluntary compliance with his investigation. Dave?
John, tax reform advances in the Senate hours after House Republicans passed their bill, but it got heated before the Finance Committee vote last night. Republican Orrin Hatch, angry Democrats say he's just helping the rich.
I come from the lower middle class originally. We didn't have anything. So don't spew that stuff on me.
Arguing with Democrat Sherrod Brown.
With all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people
Regular
in
order,
the country
Mr. Chairman.
getting richer and
Regular order.
richer.
The full Senate will consider the bill after Thanksgiving. ISIS terrorists have been driven out of the last town they controlled in Iraq. Soldiers backed by the U.S.-led coalition stormed in at dawn. 3 years ago, ISIS militants controlled nearly a third of Iraq. Now they have only a few areas of Syria. Baltimore police still haven't found the guy who shot a detective in the head Wednesday. There's now a $169,000 reward for info.
We spoke to one detective who says that he's been here since 10 last night. He's likely not going to get off until 1 this afternoon. Another detective was wiping away tears as I approached. Very, very emotional for them, but they say they are not going to rest until they find this cop killer.
Stephanie Woods with Fox 45 TV in Baltimore. A fire torched a senior living community late last night in Westchester, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia, injuring 20 people. Dozens more fled the flames. Some rushed out in wheelchairs. Fox News, fair and balanced.
36 degrees. Skies are mostly cloudy at 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Watch for those gusty winds getting swifter throughout the day. Right now at 10 to 15 miles an hour from the south-southeast. 1 man is dead. 2 others hurt. It happened following a shooting and then a crash on the Dan Ryan Expressway. State police tell us the man was driving near 51st Street when he was shot by someone in another vehicle. That victim's car then crashed. 2 others in the vehicle suffered injuries. 2 teens are dead, and Chicago police say 1 wounded. It happened during a shooting during a home invasion on Chicago's west side in the 5600 block of West Washington. Investigators say the boys died at the scene. A girl is hospitalized in stable condition. Chicago police investigating another pair of carjackings in the city. 3 suspects stole a woman's vehicle at gunpoint last night near Howe and Armitage. Not long afterward, 2 armed suspects swiped a man's cell phone, money, and car in the 800 block of North Orleans. Police say they're investigating the death of a missing Mokina woman as a homicide. She was found fatally shot in the head. Will County Sheriff saying detectives located 24-year-old Caitlin Kern's body and her Jeep Grand Cherokee during a search of rural Kankakee County. Her brother spoke out last night.
Tonight's not about what happened. Tonight's about the memory of my sister. It's about the memory of Katie Kearns.
Kearns was reported missing Tuesday after being last seen early Monday. Authorities investigating after a 15-year-old girl was sexually assaulted earlier this month at Limblune Math and Science Academy. Governor Bruce Rauner has signed a tax credit into law worth up to $750 for property owners in 18 Illinois counties that suffered flood damage earlier this year. Chicago sports, college hoops. Notre Dame routed Chicago State. Illinois State beat South Carolina. Loyola topped Missouri, Kansas City. The Flames of UIC, a college hoops win over Delaware State. NFL last night, Steelers over the Titans 40-17. Jose Altuve is your 2017 American League Baseball MVP. In the National League, Miami Marlins, who may not have him on their roster very much longer, have slugger Giancarlo Stanton as a National League MVP winner. The news, a service of Walgreens. With a little help from Walgreens, diabetes won't slow you down. With caring pharmacists, medications you rely on, testing supplies from all the major brands. Where is it convenient? Where do I matter? At Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. 8:04, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network, here's Ginny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, Tesla says it will start producing big rig electric trucks in 2019. It revealed the prototypes for the trucks last night with CEO Elon Musk behind the wheel. Musk says the truck can go 500 miles on a charge and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5 seconds. The electric semi will have autonomous features. Tesla also revealed a new Roadster to compete with high-end sports cars. Volkswagen is planning to invest billions in electric cars in China. VW says its first cars will be made during the first half of next year. Barnes & Noble says it will not cooperate with an investment firm that wants to take the company private. Sandell Asset Management approached the company with the deal. Barnes & Noble chairman Leonard Riggio owns 18% of the business. He says he will not sell his shares to the investors. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
8:05, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Larry Elder is continually dumbfounded by the media.
The Harvey Weinstein scandal is now being used by the left to say, well, Donald Trump did the same thing. So we've elected Donald Trump. We've done Harvey Weinstein. The issue is really not just what's going on in Hollywood. The issue is, well, Donald Trump.
The Larry Elder Show. Weeknights at 7, right before Jay Sekulow at 9 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
8:07. Let's get an update on the morning commute in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. We get details from Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Kennedy inbound, it's heavy. Foster to the Hubbard Tunnel. You get 57 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 39 from Montrose, 30 in the Express. Outbound 10 minutes to Montrose, 31 to the airport. Eden's 21 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose. Outbound 20 as well. About Eisenhower delays. St. Charles to the Tri-State and 25th to the Burn Circle. 55 minutes, 390 to downtown, 39 from Manheim, outbound 39 to 390. Stevenson, really heavy. An hour and 16 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. An hour 3 from the Tri-State. Outbound 42 minutes to 355. Ryan is 32 minutes, 95th to downtown. Lakeshore Drive southbound, slow Bryn Mawr to North Avenue, and northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Southbound Tri-State, there's a delay from 60 to 22. Northbound from the Stevenson to 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. Eastbound Reagan Tollway stop and go Orchard to Eola. Veterans Memorial, about most of the way to St. Charles. Eastbound 8094, it's now slow Klein to Burr. Westbound Grant to Burr with a crash on the shoulder. And Calumet Avenue to the Bishop Ford after a crash. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Today, mostly cloudy and breezy. Little rain for the afternoon, high 46. Mild night with periods of rain and a thunderstorm, low 45. For tomorrow, increasingly windy with periods of rain, high 46. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
37 at O'Hare. Next news, 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Fox River Periodontics, Chicagoland specialist with dental implants. To get your smile back, visit implantsforme.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So,
the way you say it, it sounds like this is going to be a fun segment.
all of the allegations against all of these alleged or admitted bad men.
Yes.
But do you agree with Conan O'Brien, who tweeted this morning?
Uh-oh.
I'm ready for the all-female reboot of America. I'm ready for the all-female reboot of America.
What exactly does that mean?
Do you agree with pandering ninny Conan O'Brien? 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro, answer line, 64636DA, turnkey.pro, text line. You know, we need to, since all of us men are Philistines and troglodytes, we need to just walk away and turn over the country to women. It's very much of the intellectual depth of, you know, if women ruled the world, we'd never go to war. And then, of course, you look at the countries where women have been heads of state,
Yes.
and virtually all of them have gone to war. That's not a criticism of women. It's undermining the intellectual or attacking the intellectual vacuity of a statement like if women ruled the world, which is a version of what Conan O'Brien is offering. My point is to say all of us are fallen. All human beings are fallen. All. And so when you hear this kind of men problem, the toxicity of masculinity, and because there are legitimate victims in these cases, but also some of the victims are men, per Kevin Spacey.
Well, and also Mariah Carey. She's got one of her bodyguards claims that she sexually abused him.
And then
she forced him to make her. She came in a negligee, and you were off that day. But that's one man who came forward claiming sexual abuse.
And Nick Cannon, she forced him to marry her. That was unfair.
Stop, no.
So here's the thing. So I understand and concede the point that when it comes to sexual assault, obviously the overwhelming majority of the victims, legitimate victims, are women. Sexual abuse, sexual assault, because men and women are different, and it's much more likely that a man is going to be a predator than it is a woman.
Well,
obviously.
we control ourselves better. You guys don't.
Right.
You know?
So stipulated.
So is Conan O'Brien suggesting that no more male producers or directors in Hollywood?
How about
because they're the ones with all the power?
How about talk show hosts?
Talk show hosts too.
He needs to be replaced by a woman. But this idea that women are innocent in all of this, and they're nothing but victims. Is that true? Or when it comes to the interplay between men and women in professional circles, do perhaps some of the bad acts take different form? But are women always innocent? Should they be given the presumption of innocence and men given the presumption of guilt, I guess is my question.
Well, it's been happening that way since the beginning of time. But here's a great point. Leanne Tweeden, who's upset about Al Franken sticking his tongue down her throat or whatever, he kissed her and she didn't want it. She knew that a kiss was in the scene that they were going to be performing in front of the USO. She read the script before they practice it. So for me, I don't think that she's a real victim here. I think that she's just capitalizing on a moment when people are coming out and thought, you know what, I'll have my day in the sun. This might, jumpstart her career again. And I know I should be supporting her because I am a woman. But there's real victims out there, folks.
Well,
and I know that's not the point you're trying to make, but I just...
Well, and also I don't like this, kind of... all this women versus men, women of the world unite, solidarity based on gender. It's like solidarity based on race. How about solidarity based on intellect? How about solidarity based on what's going on between your ears? Rather than all this identity, solidarity, silliness. Women this, we got to rally around women. And I mean, I just... It's just the idea the idea that men are fallen and women are pure.
We are.
Okay, if you say so.
312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.Pro answer line.
Steve and Niles, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, good morning. I have a solution for this. You get 2 fish bowls. You put all the actors, producers, directors in one fish bowl, and in the other fish bowl you put all the politicians' names in there. And then you have a pick and you find the culprit every day.
Thanks for the call, Steve. That sounds like the best idea for a board game that I've heard since Jump to Conclusions from Office Space. You get it? You jump
to conclusion.
Yeah.
That's funny. You're funny sometimes.
Occasionally. Yeah. When I'm not a predator with my toxic masculinity.
Stop looking at me.
Steve in Hinsdale.
Yeah, my solution is we have Christmas coming. Every man on his Christmas list should have a anatomically correct sex style. That would handle everything. Jeez, that would be great. And then our wives can just kind of live by themselves, and then we'll get back to normal.
Thank you.
Wow.
So
you think all we want from you guys is that?
So men should be replaced by sex bots. So maybe that's what Conan's talking about, rebooting with a female-only America. Joanne at Midway.
Hi, Amy. I think you're missing something from the Al Franken story, and that is that woman had said she did not want to practice the kissing scene with Al Franken, and he insisted and he insisted. So you got to give her a little slack.
Well, in addition to the photo,
she read the script and she should have said,
"Thanks for the call, Joanne.
Cut that out. We're not going to do that."
Well, and also
but the photo too, that's so creepy. But that's him trying to be a comedian. I mean, guys, his first response was, "Oh, I was trying to be funny," and then his handler said, "Oh my gosh, that cannot be your response."
By the way, the
rehearsing
for a skit, and he says in a statement, Franken, that he doesn't remember it the way that Miss Tweed remembers it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one thing like, oh, we're going to do like a little skit, and it's like a peck. It's not sticking your tongue down my throat, fish lips.
Yeah, fish lips. Where's my fish lips? I love fish lips. It's her new name for him. Actually, she's had it since it happened in 2006.
All I can remember is that his lips were really wet and it was slimy.
Gross.
In my mind, I called him fish lips the rest of the trip.
And she's never been able to eat shellfish again. Craig in Mount Greenwood.
Oh, hey, Dan. Amy, I've been so anxious to tell you something. You're missing an important point here. Leanne had stated that she was planning on, when they were on stage there and for his kiss scene, she was going to turn her head and basically not even do the kiss, and then basically kind of just, play it into it, kind of like, have it as part of the skit or whatever. She had no intentions of kissing that guy. The whole thing, and then that's why where she kind of went along with the practice thing, she wasn't planning on doing that either. He took her, grabbed the back of her head, and pulled her in, and all that kind of thing. She said it, but you missed the point where she had no intention of kissing that guy any time.
That's right.
Practice or for real.
Okay.
Thanks, Craig. Finally, we had a feminist call in, unlike you. Properly rallying to the defense of Miss Tweeden. Scott in the West Side.
Hey, Dan and Amy. Thanks for taking my call.
The problem with this whole sexual harassment stuff is that the definition continues to change, and it's defined by the victim or the so-called victim, and with time, that can change as well. And from what I understand, it's when the sexual harasser has power over the sexual harassee, and I just don't see it in this Al Franken case as much as I would like to, because Al Franken is creepy, but it's not sexual harassment. We're just going way overboard.
Thanks for the call, Scott. I mean, it could, if it's an unwanted touching, though, it's not even an issue of harassment. It's an issue of battery.
But the left's all this, Roy Moore now has 9 accusers. Oh, my gosh. He asked a woman out while she worked at the Sears. That's not an accuser.
But I'm trying, like, just male versus female.
Yes.
We get into, I mean, as much as we're trying to break down stereotypes, we fall into these stereotypes. We fall into these these societal ills that we say we need to remedy, that we continue to perpetuate long after they've been more than remedied. And I think about girls in education, girls in school. Yeah. We have a crisis in girls' education, particularly girls going to higher ed. And then, I mean, and that's been
now we have more enrolled in higher ed than boys.
The 60% of the degrees, most of the advanced degrees in everything but the hard sciences. So does that mean now we have a crisis in boys' education?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Mario in Chicago.
Hey, Dan and Amy, love your show. Love the topic.
Thank you.
I just want to put in my 2 cents worth with regards to the sexes who assaults more. I think it is the man who does most of it, but let's not forget Anna Nicole Smith. I mean, she really loved her 90-year-old disabled husband.
Oh, she loved him.
We listened to her show.
Yeah. Thanks for the call, Mario. That's a good example. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So when it's, frankly, gold digging, or when it's the casting couch voluntarily, that's kind of sleeping your way to the top, and so on and so forth.
Some women do that, but a lot of us don't. But some women do, and I know because I've seen it in news. I get it.
But that's my point: is that it's individually specific. It's not male versus female. It's not toxic masculinity. It's not. And it's not women who are in positions of authority and power didn't all sleep their way to the top. But we get locked into these stereotypes of how things always play out, when in point of fact, in many cases, allegations are made and the facts don't support the stereotype, right? I mean, so that's kind of where I'm going to, which is why these statements like Conan O'Brien tweeted are so insulting, and women should find them insulting because they're so transparently pandering. Dupreet in Jefferson Park.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. A long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I want to reference the Conan O'Brien remark that you made earlier. Nobody wins with identity politics. Power does corrupt, but those grounded in faith and conviction stand through that, and you can see a lot of examples in high schools where teachers are having,
relations with students.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of examples you can find. You can look at the Brazil prime minister, what she was involved with. There's no winner in identity politics. I mean, they should be chosen based on the best qualities they bring forward, and that goes both ways, whether it be a woman or a man.
Thanks, Dupreet. Well said. Totally agree with that. Bill and Skokie.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Good morning, Amy. This whole conversation raises a question on our whole society perception of men and women. I mean, a man takes a picture with him with 6 girls, he's considered a player, and a woman's considered I don't know if I can say it on the radio, but,
a hussy.
She's considered a slut. Why?
Why do you use the S word?
Yeah.
She's a hussy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, thanks for the call, Bill. Steve on the south side.
Hey, good morning, Dan and Amy. I'm just wondering if the same women that complain about this are the same women that'll flaunt their assets when they get speeding tickets or get pulled over for expired registration.
I do. I don't hide it.
Me too.
And I say, these are real. That's how I start it. And then, just do what you got to do to get out of the ticket. Dan, you do it too.
That's why I wear low-cut blouses.
And that high skirt you're wearing today, I don't know.
Thanks for the call, Steve. Yeah.
Look at these gams.
Yeah.
Or yams.
I'm sorry, officer. Is there nothing I can do? Get out of the ticket every time. Bill in Brookfield.
Yeah, though I believe it was Moody that did a survey or study on this, that men think of sex 30 times a day and women think of sex less than 4. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, there's no question in this. Yeah, thanks for the call, Bill. There's no question that.
Never kept a tally on that, though.
Yeah, and that's the right. So men and women are different.
I think about volleyball.
Right, exactly.
Because we have another game tonight in a different league. I'm thinking about lineups. I'm not thinking about sex. Anywho.
Some people are missing my point. I give up.
No, I'm
Randy and Elkhorn.
I hate to admit it, but I did play volleyball when I was younger.
Girls?
There's no way that, well, I'm not saying, Hillary Clinton couldn't have slept her way to the top. That's just all I got to say.
Well, she did actually with Bill. Bill was her political ticket, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And that's why she stuck with him. Mark in Des Plaines.
Yeah, I think why do women wear short skirts and short and low tops? I mean, dressing modestly.
Short skirts and a
strange.
long jacket.
Cake.
Yeah, dressing modestly is something that's really discounted today. But I don't blame it on the women, and I have to say this for my daughter's sake, who was sitting next to me when I called in, and she said, "Please don't call in and be the guy who says that." But
nice try.
But anyway,
Dad, you're embarrassing me in front of
Well,
my
I mean, Mark, you
Yeah.
know how it is. Sometimes, you just want to feel pretty. You want to feel desirable. Who hasn't been there?
Should I sing that song? I love that song. I feel pretty. Yes, I feel pretty.
No, you shouldn't
Anyway.
sing it. Thanks for the call,
Okay.
Mark. Yeah, what about that? Sometimes you want to be a little risque to be, hey, look at me, world.
Well, I know some
I'm
people
here too.
work hard and actually go to this thing that they call the gym, which you call the gym. Some people go to the gym, they work out so that they are objects of desire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes people wear activewear. Sometimes people wear short skirts. It's the freedom of expression,
right.
Dan.
Sometimes I like to show off a little leg because, hey,
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Highland Park Ford Lincoln's in the house. Here's Alan Marty.
We're back on the radio and getting bigger than ever.
We're the #1 Lincoln dealer in town.
And Chicagoland's first ever Ford Lincoln Superstore, too.
Folks like our great deals, for sure.
Just yesterday, I got attacked by the paparazzi.
Really?
But I think the groupies are the worst.
Groupies?
All the Highland Park groupies we have.
Sure. Right, Al.
The Highland Park Ford Lincoln Superstore. Call 1-800-984-9000 or go to alanmarty.com.
Well, I have groupies.
A rich fantasy life is important.
This is Alan Marty. Deal with us.
The same banking team you already know and trust at the Private Bank has come together with one of the strongest banks in North America. And we have a new name. The Private Bank is now CIBC. We share the same focus on building strong client relationships, and we're now backed by a bank with over 150 years of experience in putting clients first. Our name may have changed, but our commitment to helping your business grow is now stronger than ever. Visit us at CIBC.com/US. Member FDIC.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
By the time I reached 1 year period, I had lost 2 inches off my waist, and I lost 17 pounds.
I think they're part of the reason that I was able to shake 10 pounds, and I think because the support, nutritional support. My blood pressure significantly is so low now compared to what it was. I think I'm doing great with it.
You've got a good product. It's just amazing.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Order today.
I want you to put something on your to-do list, and it's to go see the movie Wonder.
I read the book last year after my daughter called me in tears saying, "Mom, you've got to read this right now." Well, she was right. I did, and it's one of the most heartwarming, life-affirming, beautiful stories, and now it's a movie. It stars Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson, and Wonder is the true story of August Pullman, or Augie, as he's known to his family. Augie was born with facial differences, and after a lot of surgeries, his family held their breath as he entered public school in the 5th grade.
Prepare for blast-off. Have fun.
Wonder will make you laugh. You will cry. You'll give thanks for a film that celebrates life, love, kindness, and grace. I haven't loved a movie this much in a long time, and I know you're going to feel the same way.
What excites me about this movie is that it teaches other people to choose kind, and hopefully it'll make the world a better place.
Do not miss Wonder. Now playing in a theater near you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Have pain you can't ignore? Then try first-in-class relief from Salonpas. Salonpas pain relief patches have everything you need in one clinically proven solution. They're the strongest label pain reliever available without a prescription, safely relieving pain for up to 12 hours. And Salonpas is the first and only FDA-approved OTC topical pain reliever. For first-in-class relief, get Salonpas pain relief patches in the green box with a blue wave.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
You know, I'm not a very big Julia Roberts fan, but I got to say she and
Owen Wilson?
Luke Wilson. Oh. Wait, who's the blonde? Owen?
Owen.
Oh, yeah, Owen Wilson. The other Wilson. The one with the weird nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. So she and Owen Wilson were good in Wonder, this new movie coming out. And the two kids that played their kids, Augie and Via, were excellent. It's a pretty good movie. You're going to want to hear about it, and you're going to go see it. And we're going to talk to one of the producers of it at 8:38.
And later, a man gets a padlock stuck in his penis.
We've all been there.
But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's next.
36 degrees. Skies right now are mostly cloudy. We are watching winds gust at 10 to 15 mile an hour from the southeast. President Trump calling Minnesota Democrat Al Frankenstein after sexual allegations were lodged against the U.S. senator by a news anchor in L.A. showing Franken groping her while she slept on a flight during a USO tour in 2006. Senate Finance Committee approving its version of a Republican tax reform bill, setting up a vote by the full Senate after Thanksgiving. The State Department issuing a holiday travel alert for Europe. Americans are being advised to use caution when visiting tourist attractions, outdoor markets, and festivals in Europe. The reward in Florida now stands at $100,000 for information leading to the arrest of a suspected serial killer. So far, 4 have been shot to death in a Tampa Bay suburb over the last 6 weeks. 1 man is dead, 2 others hurt following a shooting crash on the Dan Ryan here in Chicago as state police continue to investigate. 2 teens are dead, 1 wounded following a shooting during a home invasion on Chicago's west side. Police tell us 2 boys were killed inside of a home in the 5600 block of West Washington Boulevard, while the girl is hospitalized in stable condition. 7 Chicago police officers connected to a corrupt sergeant who shook down drug dealers have been placed on desk duty as their conduct is investigated. The action came hours after a Cook County judge threw out felony drug convictions of 15 black men who say they were locked up for no other reason except that they refused to pay the officer's leader, former Sergeant Ronald Watts. University of Illinois President Tim Killeen is getting one heck of a holiday bonus. University trustees yesterday voted without public discussion to give Killeen a $100,000 bonus. And I'm very shocked that Dan and Amy haven't told you that it was a sweep for Despacito at the 18th Annual Latin Grammys in Las Vegas. College hoops, it was Notre Dame over Chicago State. The Illinois State kids beat South Carolina last night. Nice win for them. Loyola beat Missouri, Kansas City. Flames of UIC over Delaware State. NFL last night, Steelers over the Titans. Jose Altuve, your American League Baseball MVP. Giancarlo Stanton won the National League award. And the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, dead at the age of 89. The news, a service of Walgreens. With a little help from Walgreens, diabetes won't slow you down with caring pharmacists, medications you rely on, testing supplies from all of the major brands. Where is it convenient? And where do I matter? At Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy. 8:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, best beans, best roast, best coffee.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Have pain you can't ignore? Then try first-in-class relief from Salonpas. Salonpas pain relief patches have everything you need in one clinically proven solution. They're the strongest label pain reliever available without a prescription, safely relieving pain for up to 12 hours. And Salonpas is the first and only FDA-approved OTC topical pain reliever. For first-in-class relief, get Salonpas pain relief patches in the green box with a blue wave.
It's 8:34. Let's check the roads and get the latest on the morning commute in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Traffic's pretty light on the Edens Expressway. It's 20 minutes Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound fine at 19. But the Kennedy has delays from Lawrence to Randolph. 55 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 44 from Montrose, 33 in the Express. Outbound, a 10-minute delay from Montrose to Sayre. Got Eisenhower, 55 minutes, 390 to downtown. 39 from Manheim. Outbound 34 to 390. Stevenson, an hour and 8 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. 55 minutes from the Tri-State. Outbound 40 minutes to 355. You've got Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound it's fine. I-57 clear. Bishopport inbound, 3 minutes worth of delays from 103rd to the merge. Southbound Lakeshore Drive, stop and go Montrose to North Avenue. Northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Northbound Tri-State, heavy from the Stevenson to 31st. And from the Reagan Tollway to the Eisenhower. Veterans Memorial, sluggish, 63rd to the Reagan Tollway. The other tollways have cleared up. 8094. Eastbound delays. Klein to Burr. Westbound I-65 to Burr with a crash on the shoulder. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. Mostly cloudy, breezy, a bit of afternoon rain could fall, high 46. Breezy, rain, maybe a thunderstorm, and a little milder overnight, low 45. Currently 36. Next news coming up at 9. Continuous news coverage at 560theanswer.com. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560 The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Tune in Saturday afternoons at 2 for Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth.
If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, and I think this movie Wonder is going to do really well. It's obviously well-timed for the holidays. It's a nice family movie. Stars Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson, and actually some really good supporting roles. Mandy Patinkin plays a school principal.
Yeah, he's from South Shore.
Yeah, Chicago guy. He's good. And actually, you get it's sort of a cameo. I haven't seen her in a long time. It was closer. Sonia Braga. Remember
Really?
Sonia Braga? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did? Oh, can you tell me what she did?
She plays it's the family. So Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson are the parents. They've got 2 kids. She plays the grandmother. Sonia Braga does, and she has a very close relationship with the Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson's daughter. So there's kind of a flashback. It's pretty cool. So I saw it because
all the great movie reviewers, we kind of see these movies together. So like me, Gene Shalit, Michael Medved, we hang out, we go see these movies together. And, it's really quite good. It reminded me a little bit of Mask with Eric Stoltz and Cher. You remember that?
I remember that movie.
So it was directed by Stephen Chbosky, who is the best-selling author of The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought it was well done. I didn't know much about it before I saw it, but I thought it was well done. And I say that I'm not like a huge Julia Roberts fan, but she was very good. For more on the movie and why you should take your kids to go see it this holiday season, we're pleased to be joined by one of the producers of Wonder. He is Todd Lieberman. Todd, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Really, really good to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
So I know this is the movie is based on the R.J. Palacio novel of the same title, but just the decision to option her book into a movie.
Yeah, we're always looking for stories out there. My business partner David and I, and we were given this novel just as it was being published in February of 2012, almost 6 years ago, and the book really hadn't sold many copies because it had just come out. We read this book and we called each other that night and basically said, this is a story that we just have to do. The message in there, we're both parents, we're both fathers, and just the idea of choose kind, the idea of getting that message out there, it was just really powerful. And we called RJ. We said, we read your novel. We've fallen absolutely in love with it. We have no idea how we're going to get this movie made. But we promise you one thing, that we're going to get this movie made because your novel will change lives, and we hope that maybe a small sliver of what we can do for a movie might do the same thing. And here we are 6 years later.
Wow, it took 6 years in the making. Well, how did you get such big names as Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson and others to star?
Yeah, this was it really is kind of a testament to how brilliant this book is, because conventionally, someone like me, we go out and we try to corral these super famous movie stars to join our movie so that someone will finance it. In this case, strangely enough, Julia Roberts had read the book, read it to her kids, and she called us. It was kind of a reverse casting. So
wow.
Really?
We had lunch with her, and she said, "Can I please be a part of your book?" We said, "Sure, yes, you can."
Wow, interesting.
And, took off from there.
And then did she recruit Owen Wilson, and did she have a say?
No, we were, once you have Julia aboard, it seems like people probably want to be a part of that, and it's her plus this book that so many people had read and so many people love. We went out to Owen and we said, you've never really played this role before, Owen, and he's got so much humanity, he's got so much humor, and, the mixture between kind of sentiment and levity, and he was so perfect. And they had never worked before together, but once we got them on set and we saw that family come together, it was true, pure magic.
It really is good casting. He does a nice job as well. But I got to tell you, as much as you got big names with Wilson and Roberts, the two kids, the kid that plays Augie, who's got a genetic disorder, so he looks different facially, and his sister Via, who basically, there was a great scene because she's in the school play, Our Town, and the acting within the acting is good. Her acting in Our Town was as good as her acting in the movie generally. But the two of these kids, particularly Augie, steal the show. Where did you find them?
Yeah, that's the risk you take with children actors, because you just have no idea. In the case of Jacob Tremblay, he is just a brilliant young man. We had seen him in this movie called Room.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's the kid in Room.
Oh, I didn't make the connection.
He's so good in Room.
Yeah.
He's incredible. But at the time he did that movie, he was way too young to play Augie. So in a way, the fact that our movie took a little bit of time to get up and running, because we'd done a nationwide casting search for Augie. We read countless young men and tons of people coming in from all walks of life in the facial difference community and outside of it. And by the time Julia had kind of come aboard, and by the time we'd gotten the script ready and we'd gotten Stephen, it just so happened that Jacob was of age, and we believe that he's a once-in-a-generation actor, and there was no better creative choice than this young man. So once we got him aboard, then we started reading a bunch of young women for VIA. And Bella Vidovic, who is, I agree with you, she's incredible, just a brilliant young woman. She read for the part. She came in several times. We did a chemistry read with her, and she kind of won it on her own.
Wow.
But they do really seem like a family.
They really do. Yeah, they really do.
How long did it take to shoot the movie? And
yeah, we were in production for just over 40 days. Once that happens, then you go into post, and we edited the film for several months. But ironically enough, and I don't know if this is something that they told you beforehand, we actually shot this movie in Vancouver. So it's Vancouver for New York. And we shot parts of it in New York, some of the exterior stuff. But the brownstone where they live is actually a built set that's on a stage. And even the exterior of it, even the part where they come in and out of the house, that's on a stage too. So we blended kind of what we did in Vancouver with some of the exterior stuff in New York.
No, I mean, part of the movie, a significant part of the plot line, and you mentioned at the outset, is kind of choose kindness. And so this is a kid who looks differently because of a genetic birth defect and a lot of surgeries he had to have. And, the typical, some kids are mean and some kids are a little bit more understanding. And there's an evolution in terms of the kid's understanding of this boy, Augie, who's got some special challenges. And I wonder, how people with challenges are receiving this and if enlisting different groups that have different physical and developmental and intellectual challenges, if that's a way to actually kind of help distribute this story.
Yeah, I mean, boy, from the very beginning, we've been kind of seamlessly integrated in and with different organizations like MyFace and CCA, these craniofacial communities. And we, along with our director, Stephen, and Jacob, really immersed ourselves into this world to really get to know and understand and befriend. And through the process of making this movie, I mean, I will say personally, I've become genuine friends with many of these families. And just kind of understanding that point of view. There's a line in the movie which I just love. It's one of my favorites in the whole film, where Mr. Tushman says, Augie can't change the way he looks, so maybe we can change the way we see.
Yeah.
An idea of if we can change our perception of differences, then potentially there will be some good overall change in the world. And the process of making the movie, the process of being involved in the film, has certainly altered my perception. And I'm hoping that in the same way the novel does, that people can kind of leave the film feeling the same thing.
But the other thing I like about it, too, is it's to use an overused phrase, it's not politically correct in the way that it deals with it, too. At the point, like when Augie meets Tushman, who's played by Mandy Patinkin, Tushman says, go ahead, you can laugh at my last name. I've heard them all, right? The idea, and then as he becomes genuine friends with other kids in class, they laugh at each other's failings and differences, and it's right, exactly. It's not mean-spirited. It's just kind of having fun with each other about your differences. You don't need to be on eggshells around me, and I don't need to be on eggshells around you because we're friends. And so I like that development too. It struck me as more real.
Yeah, that was the balance we certainly wanted to make, and RJ did it in her novel, and Stephen has a great sense of humor, and it was really important to us to balance the sentiment with the humor. So the fact that she, in her novel, called him Mr. Tushman and allows for jokes about that speaks to kind of the direction that she was looking for in that balance. And when Augie says things like, Jack Will says to him, have you ever considered plastic surgery? And he says, this is after plastic surgery.
Yeah,
right. It takes a lot of work to look this good.
Right.
He's got a self-awareness.
Right.
And balancing out those two things was really important because you want to, you need a little release valves every once in a while when you've got heavy subject matter, and we want people to be entertained and have fun. And like you said, it's real life.
Yeah. Now, have you met Augie Pullman?
So Augie Pullman is a fictional character. This book was written. It was inspired by an experience that RJ had with her own son. There's a nod to it in the film. It wasn't in the novel, but she walked into an ice cream store with her young son, and in that ice cream store there was a young girl with a facial difference. Mm-hmm. And in a moment of parental decision, she whisked her son out of there so as to protect him and the young girl from him potentially screaming. And when she went into her car, Natalie Merchant's song Wonder was playing on the radio. And this whole idea of, as she's questioning her parental decision, this whole idea of empathy and a young person with a facial difference and how do you deal with that kind of coalesced in her mind. And, I've met lots and lots of real Augie Pullmans, but there is no actual Augie Pullman.
He is Todd Lieberman. He's the producer of the new movie Wonder, which will be in theaters throughout the Chicagoland area, and I highly recommend it. It's a great family movie and a good time to see it with the holidays setting in. Todd, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck with the film.
Really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for support.
You're the best. Thank you so much. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Far cry from Julia Roberts as the prostitute with heart of gold. You know that?
Yeah. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, Dan, you want to tease this one? Does every male have this problem? Some man got something stuck in his you-know-what, and then it led to the bladder, and now there's some problems.
Great tease.
Great. It involves a padlock and a penis. But first, here's your weather forecast. Today, mostly cloudy, breezy, little afternoon rain, a high of 46 degrees. Tonight, some thunderstorms before becoming mild. And then Saturday, we're going to have windy conditions, periods of rain, kind of a yucky day, a high of 48, with the temperature falling throughout the afternoon into the 20s. And on Sunday, we're only going to hit a high of 35 degrees with some patchy clouds and some sunshine. Doesn't that sound delightful? Let's get into our Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. How is traffic? Where are the hot spots? Here's Jim Telemonte.
Well, it's all locked up on 8094 westbound. Amy and Dan got a jam from I-65 to Burr Street where there's a crash on the shoulder, and eastbound there's a gapers delay from Klein to Burr. Otherwise, northwest Indiana's looking good. Eden's just 20 minutes. Lake Hook to Montrose outbound 19. Your inbound Kennedy. Inbound delays start at Lawrence, and it's slow from there to Randolph. 55 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 44 from Montrose, 33 in the Express. Outbound 30 to the airport. The Eisenhower, 55 minutes, 390 to downtown, 39 from Manheim, outbound 34 to 390. Stevenson, 59 minutes, 355 to the drive, outbound 38. Ryan, 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Tollways have lightened up quite a bit. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
So many tools all over the place and not enough cabinet space. This garage is a mess. Time to get organized with StoreLock, the best tool cabinet you'll ever buy. And it's 100% made in the USA in Kankakee with a 55-year guarantee from top to bottom. StoreLock is a modular, durable storage system with dividers, liners, and layouts, all made to order exactly how you want it. Each drawer holds up to 400 pounds and is powder-coated in-house with any color you want. And it's fully assembled when it ships. You'll get organized fast. StoreLock can handle any size room or facility. They can do systems for airline hangars to fire departments to modular workstations for your shop. Anywhere and everywhere you need quality storage that will last a lifetime at a factory direct price. It's time to get your home, garage, or business organized. Call the owner, Mike Ryan, personally at 1-800-786-7562. That's 1-800-STOR-LOC. Or go to StoreLock.com. Don't miss StoreLock at the Greater Peoria Farm Show at the Peoria Civic Center in Peoria, November 28th through the 30th.
The war on depression is over.
You win.
Depression, with all the drugs and side effects, the endless counseling, the frustration with life and relationships.
The war is over. You win.
In a few short weeks, your life will change.
It's TMS therapy.
Over 1 million people have been treated, and the results are nothing short of outstanding. It's FDA cleared. It's covered by most insurance, including Blue Cross Blue Shield and Medicare.
Most drugs and other treatments just mask the depression.
TMS treats the cause, so you can win the war with your depression. Remission or cure.
Depression gone.
Get a free consultation at one of the HPR centers in Chicagoland and Wisconsin. Ask questions.
For you or someone you love, safe, revolutionary, effective treatment for depression.
Let depression recovery begin. HPR centers.
800-604-0208. 800-604-0208.
Go to endmydepression.com.
Are you buying or selling a business or starting a business? Maybe you have legal problems with a business partner or employees, or are just drowning in new regulations. You need the support of a law firm that concentrates in a wide range of business law and tax matters. You need the corporate team at Kelleher and Buckley. Whether you're a local mom and pop shop, middle market business, or a large corporation or franchise, they provide cost-effective legal solutions to help your businesses thrive. The lawyers of Kelleher and Buckley focus on targeted legal advice tailored to meet the specific needs of your business. You deserve competent legal representation from a law firm maintaining a high level of knowledge about the ever-changing laws governing businesses. One that also includes accountants and tax specialists on board to provide your business bottom-line solutions. Kelleher and Buckley, LLC of North Barrington and Chicago is a legal solution provider that also includes estate planning, asset protection, life insurance planning, and litigation. Keep your business on track. Call 847-382-9130 or online at kelleherbuckley.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I have a $1,200 knee brace because I have bone on bone in my left knee, and I have a torn cartilage in my right knee. And since I've been taking Balance of Nature, I don't wear my brace, and I can walk without pain. It's I had these copper things I used to put on my knees. I don't use those either. I don't use anything. I think it's just wonderful.
What are you waiting for? Good health is only a phone call away. Don't miss your opportunity to get a free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Call 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago. That's promo code Chicago. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. Order today.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Gina Labus, President and CEO of Mid-States Glass and Metal and a customer of Signature Bank since 2011. As we expanded our business into all aspects of the glass and metal industry, we needed a bank who could grow along with us. That's when we met Mick O'Rourke, co-founder of Signature Bank. Mick and his team took the time to understand the ebbs and flows of our business. They worked with us to find a solution that would support our growth. Mid-States Glass and Metal is proud to work with Signature Bank because they support Chicagoland women-owned businesses like mine.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One size fits all has no place in your bedroom. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of Helix Sleep, and we know one mattress can't work for everyone. That's why we created the only mattress built for you. Go to helixsleep.com, take our 2-minute sleep quiz, and we'll build your custom mattress and ship it to you for free. Try it for 100 nights, and if it's not the best sleep you've ever had, we'll pick it up and give you your money back. Go to helixsleep.com/talkradio right now, and we'll give you $50 towards your custom mattress. That's helixsleep.com/talkradio.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopRex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What if you could enjoy total peace of mind when it comes to home security? What if the best technology came from a local company who puts the customer's needs first? Alarm Detection Systems is the right choice for an alarm system with complete control from your phone or tablet. Know when your children arrive home from school. View live streaming video. Check up on your pets. Receive alerts for extreme temperatures. Know if leaks or floods have been detected. Get real-time text alerts sent to your phone. Family-owned and operated since 1968, Alarm Detection Systems understands that nothing is more important than the safety of your family. Your security system will be monitored by our central station in Aurora, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Alarm Detection Systems is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Our on-site security consultation is always free. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6322. That's 630-844-6322. Alarm license number 127000143.
AM 560, The Answer.
Okay, this story has been making me squirm since our program director, Marcus Brown, tweeted this out. A man in China, 31 years old, name has not been released, inserted a small lock into his urethra and pushed it further down his penis for sexual pleasure, but the padlock traveled into his bladder and it became stuck there. Here's the x-ray from the hospital in East China. See it there, Dan? See the little,
Yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it? Yeah.
It's a classic mistake. You use a combination lock for that, not a padlock.
Stop it. China. The padlock jammed into his organ. Doctors had to perform tests to decide whether if it was safe to operate. So they had to cut a hole in his bladder to release the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Unlock
that bladder.
Unlock the bladder. But guess what? This comes after a 35-year-old man in China had 15 rusty needles removed from his penis. He also inserted the needles down his penis for sexual gratification. What are you people doing to yourselves? What is this? What is this? How is that pleasing?
There's sort of a code of silence about that, so I can't really talk about that. It's kind of a male thing you wouldn't understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You may want to ask some Cook County Jail inmates or their public defenders. I think they could help you out with that in exchange, perhaps, for a slice of pizza.
Hey, thank you. No, honestly, this man. So here's the thing. Because you think this is funny. Kids don't try this at home. The man, he remains hospitalized.
Yeah.
And he may suffer lasting damage.
It's a great public service announcement about not sticking nails and padlocks and other items into your urethra.
China.
So for you kids out there. Yeah. And you got any questions about it now?
So
Ask Dad.
Oh, yeah. Or your teachers at school.
Yeah, well, you're going to see Wonder. Ask him about that.
Well, thanks so much for making us part of your week. Thanks to Justin Kosick,
by the way,
technical director.
Hey, by the way, we got Keith Conrad. Is our own Will Shorts. He's come up with a Wordsworth Prof crossword puzzle, which he tweeted out at Morning Answer, and I've retweeted. And the whoever solves the crossword puzzle first gets an unspecified prize.
Great. We'll have the winner on Monday at 5 a.m. Have a great weekend. Here's Mike Scott.
2 more carjackings in the city of Chicago. We'll have that story. WIND Chicago News Time is 9 o'clock.